Good morning, good evening, good everything in between. Welcome to Baseball for Breakfast. I'm your host, Jim Obernicki, and I'm joined by caller today by the ever insightful Michael Beasley. Mike, how you doing today?
I'm doing well and wondering where that burst of energy came from.
Well, it's 5 in the morning. I've had my coffee, and I'm good to go. So we've got a super matchup for you here today between the Osaka Oryx Buffaloes and the Chiba Lotte Marines. Here we see our starting pitchers, CC Mercedes for the Marines and Saichi Yamasaki for the Buffaloes. Both these players are having pretty decent seasons so far. Mercedes has been very unlucky, having some decent pitching outings, but still, it just seems his team doesn't give him enough run support, while Yamasaki has also had a bit of an off season so far with a 4.3 ERA. He's looking to get back on the winning column.
This is going to be a very important game and series for Oryx and Lotte, as Lotte has moved back into second place and they want to create some space between them and Oryx and overtake them in the first place standings.
Yeah, we are looking at the top two teams in the Pacific League right now, and therefore the top two of the best teams in all of baseball, if you ask me.
Lotte is coming off an important series against Nippon Ham where they had to create space. I think they swept them. I think a game might have gotten rained out, but by defeating them, they've created more space in the standings and were able to overtake SoftBank.
And here we see Yamasaki's last couple starts. I think that's a 6-2 record with a 3.5 ERA. Definitely nothing to sneeze at. Giving up only one home run in that stretch, if I'm reading the stats correctly.
Well, yeah, HR. That does make it a bit easier.
Though I have started learning Japanese, but I do not understand any of these characters yet. I'm just learning the alphabet right now.
Nihongo hanashimasu ka?
Yes.
Nice. That's what I usually say when they ask me a question.
And let's see here if we're going to get a look at the away team lineup. Oh, and let's take a moment of silence for the national anthem. Now we have the exchanging of the lineup cards. That was a beautiful rendition by, I believe the singer's name is Kimigayo?
No, that's the national anthem.
Oh, whoops.
Her name was Sarah Lee, I think that popped up on screen.
No.
Kimigayo was written in the year 794. It's one of the oldest national anthems, I think, on Earth at this point.
That's amazing. And so we're starting off here. We got a couple people in chat. East Bay pointing out that Saichi Yamasaki and Yuma Tongu are the MVPs for the Pacific League this month. That's pretty good. We're going to see two of the best players in the Pacific League right now. Yuma Tongu has been having a breakout season so far. I really hope we get to see him play today.
have lineups on our side yet, I wonder? And we do.
How closely do the lineups reflect what we have written down in our notes here? Can you take a look? Oh, and there's the lineup. Oh, starting off with... Oh, no, okay, that is the Marines lineup. Okay, perfect. That does look like what I've got here, more or less. Oh, I'm not sure who that right fielder is. We'll find out. It'll be fun.
Ishikawa, it says for the right fielder. I believe he's the one from the trade with Yomiuri earlier. As you can see, only the best preparation here.
Well, it's hard when we don't know the lineups going into the game, so we kind of got to...
I'd say it's harder when it's 5 in the morning.
There's that too. That definitely doesn't help.
Looking at the starting pitcher for Lotte, he is 3-4. However, he has a 2.97 ERA. And he's started 12 games, and Lotte is just not scoring many runs for him.
You know, if you told me you were reading CC Mercedes' bio, I would believe you. That sounds just like what's going on with Lotte too.
I'm gonna develop a new stat here for pitchers that don't get run support. I'm gonna call it the DeGrom. So,
I would call it the Felix Hernandez personally.
Either or will work.
Yamasaki here, known more for his control and breaking stuff more than an overpowering fastball. It'll be nice to see him pitch today. And I believe here we have Mr. Yudai Fujioka, I should say. Sorry.
When you said breaking stuff, my brain didn't immediately go to pitching.
Oh. Also, a neat little note today is today's game is in the Kyocera Dome in Osaka, and there's a bunch of Osaka natives on the Chiba Marines. So a bit of a kind of half-home game for these guys.
And the local celebrity who threw out the first pitch did not even try.
Well, he tried. He just, didn't go well. As Yamasaki takes the mound, hoping to do better.
That'd be hard to not do.
It would be impressive, frankly. Sort of looking at his last couple starts, Yamasaki's been a bit of feast or famine. He's sometimes he gets shelled, and sometimes he has a complete game shutout. So hopefully we'll see some good stuff from him today.
He almost had the complete game shutout last game, didn't he? On the Monday matinee?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Foiled only by Yuki Yanagita, which he does a lot.
Yep, he is one to do that. My personal favorite player in the Pacific League, as anyone who listens to the podcast will know. And we'll just take a little time here to shout out to the podcast. If you want to hear more English information about the Pacific League, check out the podcast on this very YouTube channel. We try to upload every week, and we just discuss the news and goings around the league.
Please listen.
Please. We're trying to get a more consistent upload schedule on that. We are working on it.
I feel like this is like the third or fourth game we've done at Kyocera Dome, even though I know it's not.
It feels that way.
A lot.
The Kyocera Dome feels like a bit of the central hub of the Pacific League sometimes, I find.
I wonder why. Would Gabe have anything to do with this?
Oh, that crafty Buffaloes fan. Oh, and the first pitch, low and outside for a ball. Didn't realize we were getting started so quickly. Yamasaki getting ready for the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball, low and in for strike one.
David's in the chat. We do not have it on a audio feed platform as of right now,
but we are
is
working on it.
YouTube. I think YouTube Premium or YouTube Red subscribers get some sort of way to make it a bit easier to listen to just the audio. But of course, you can always just connect it to your oh well, if you're on a train, how would you do? I mean, yeah, I guess on a train you just do it in your headphones or just do a car on Bluetooth.
In any case, we are looking into getting audio only going. We are hearing the fans ask for it, and we are working on it.
There is an attempt.
Yamasaki getting ready for the 2-2 pitch here to Fujioka. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Strike one to get the game started for Yamasaki. Strikeout number one, I should say. Strike three. Having a bit of issue with video there. I'm not sure if that's just me. The second batter of the evening.
Issue with the telephone cable going across the Pacific.
And the first pitch. Breaking ball swings inside for strike number one. As Shogo Nakamura at the plate, Lotte's captain, having a mixed year, having a really good last month, but a really bad start to his season as he skies this one deep out to center field for an easy catch for out number 2 of the inning. Definitely
not to be confused with the Olympic runner Shogo Nakamura.
Yes, yeah, there is some of that with this game. I was looking into players, and I kept finding Olympic athletes with similar names.
I used to have the problem when trying to find stats for Daichi Suzuki when he was with Lotte. It kept finding, I think, an Olympic swimmer.
Huh, that's neat. As we have, I believe that is Shingo Ishikawa coming up to the plate here. Osaka native. Breaking ball fouled off to the left side for strike number one. Nicknamed Dynamite Shingo by the media due to being purportedly one of the most attractive players in the league. Let's see if we can get a look at him. Also, apparently a big fan of boy bands. Maybe because he looks like he belongs to one. That's strike two gets picked up here.
Almost every walk-up song he has used over his years have been boy bands.
The 0-2 pitch, grounded out foul, and the count remains at 0-2.
I guess you'd just call them J-pop groups.
That's true. That's fair. Getting ready for the 0-2 pitch here. High and outside for ball one. No, someone with Giants memorabilia, maybe a personal fan of Ishikawa who used to play for the Giants. Until recently, actually. As the 1-2 pitch comes up, breaking ball fouled off to the right side as Ishikawa remains at bat.
Though I would not put it past the any of the merchandising teams to immediately put out cheering towels or whatnot, but he probably just doesn't have any Lotte cheering gear yet, so...
Oh, that's true. He is one of the newer players on the team. At the 1-2 pitch coming up. Fouled off again. Ishikawa stays alive here, eating up some pitches. You know, I've always found that a bit of an underrated talent. If you can eat up some pitches out of the starter just to keep an at-bat going, and just to keep the pitch count high, you can get the starter out earlier than usual. At the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, swing and miss for strikeout number 2 for Yamasaki. A very good inning to start his outing tonight as we come to the halfway through point for the first inning. All tied up 0-0. See a nice changeup there. Beautiful control and break on that. We have Dustin in the chat saying it's 2 a.m. in Northern California here, and it's 5 a.m. here on the East Coast. Sound off if you're in the chat about where you are and what time it is. We can all suffer through this together.
I'm drinking a monster like the creature that I am. It's a monster rehab, though, so I'm not completely gone.
I realized I had forgotten my big jug of iced coffee at work yesterday, so late at night, I ran out to get an iced coffee and put it in the fridge for today. So
Where'd you get it
hopefully,
from?
I got it from Tim Hortons. Look,
Oh, no,
I had to do what I had to do, eh?
I don't actually like Timmy's, I just go there all the time.
It's hard.
Just right
It's
down
hard,
the street,
but sometimes you don't like it, but it's all you got, bud.
I got into a fight in a Timmy's parking lot the other day.
Let's not turn this into a Canadian thing.
It's
But I was hacking a dart,
things.
and this guy came up to me. I gave him a good old 1-4.
He said bad things about Austin Matthews, eh?
Oh no, I would love someone saying bad things about Austin Matthews. he's American.
Oh, yeah,
Can't be saying bad things about John Tavares, though, man. I'll show you a 1-4 there, bud.
Oh, if you hear an interview with Austin Matthews, though, it sounds like us.
Being you or me? Like a Philly guy?
No, it sounds like, he's got like a Canadian accent, he'll just drift into, I guess, because, all those years playing in Canada, and then I think obviously all his coaches probably were Canadian.
Yeah, probably. Oh, we got a couple people from California, a couple people from New York. Oh, someone in Korea. Welcome. As the first pitch comes up, down and inside for ball number 1.
We get a lot of people here from, I think it's the same people every time from
Keita Nakagawa is up at bat. And the pitch skies this clean into center field, picking up his first hit of the night. That's a great way for the Buffaloes to start their evening.
Shout out to Teammate Sports Cards in Modesto, the only sports card shop I have any luck at.
Beautiful hit. Beautiful technique on that. I love appreciating the technique that goes into a good hit like that. Just simple inside out. Get that into center field.
Clearly, being the adult that I am, I think of the SpongeBob clip where you're like, technique.
Number 53, Shogibo. Shogibo is a younger player on this roster. Defensive and speed specialist. Not normally known for his hitting, but it is good to see him getting some play time here. Oh, batting 367 this year. That's actually pretty good. Good for him. As he gets a bunt down, but foul for strike number 1. As I believe that's Marwin Gonzalez. Oh, no, it is not. I think it's Kuribayashi getting ready in the on-deck circle as he tries to get another bunt down as the ball was low for ball 1.
And of course, bunting a big part of baseball in Japan. Some teams do it more than others. Some coaches, swear by it. Some coaches straight up say do not do it at all. But you'll see it a lot more often here.
Personally, I'm a big-time bunt guy. As he gets it down, but also foul for strike number 2.
As I said, I think a broadcast ago, I'm not going to wake up early or stay up late and then complain about how the game's played across the Pacific Ocean. So I'm a big fan of bunting.
That's fair.
I think situational bunting is a good way to get runs.
Debo's getting ready to bunt with 2 strikes. That's ballsy.
Committed.
Oh, nope. Going for the hit. Oh, and he grounds that up to CC Mercedes as the catcher picks it up, and Debo, barely makes it out. Pretty heady play by him there to kind of end up bunting through swinging the bat. But he does advance the runner. Wow, what an outside swing. Man, really close to making it, too. Good effort by him. As we're here with a runner on second with 1 out here, as Kotaro Kuribayashi gets ready. Defensive superstar. Playing his 3rd season here with the Oryx as Mercedes picks up strike 1. The 0-1 pitch on the way. As he skies that out to right, probably going to go foul. Yes, it does.
Batting .317 with runners on.
But the 0-2 pitch coming up from Mercedes. Fastball high and inside for ball 1. Something I've always liked about the Buffaloes, I love that script on their chest. It's got a really cool style about it. There's the 1-2 pitch coming up here. It's a ball outside for ball 2. Cy Hart saying the MPB could do a bunt derby like KBO. I love that idea. I love the idea of a bunt derby. This is the 2-2 pitch coming up here. Curveball swung on and knocked to the deep out to right field. Caught easily, and he throws it over to third, cutting off the man. No runners advance. 2 away.
I sometimes watch the multitude of just music-only Japanese TV channels, and every so often when we do these games, I'm just like, oh, I know all of these walk-up songs. Can't tell you most of their names, but I'm like, oh, that was ranked number 3 last week or something like that.
As Leandro Cedeno comes up to the plate, former St. Louis Cardinal and Diamondbacks minor leaguer. As Mercedes gets a ball inside again for ball number 2. Two and 0 pitch coming up here for Mercedes. As he gets a breaking ball, big swing and a miss by Cedeno. 2-1. Two-one pitch coming as he gets another curveball low and outside for ball number 3. Three-one pitch coming as he skies it deep out to right field, and easy as you like, collected for the 3rd out of the inning. So that brings us to the end of the first with very little offensive fanfare as the Oryx Buffaloes and Chiba Lodi Marines sit at 0-0. Up next, Gregory Polanco for the Marines. You see, I know that name because there's a G in it.
GG.
GP.
いつもの水道水が浄水から一つでの塩化水素水へ。異常症状の改善にリファイン。知らず知らず習慣になる。365日、どんな水の役割が大きい。塩化水素水定水器、トリビンのリファイン。日本語流。
We get a rousing view of the scoreboard here.
I think we're actually just frozen. Oh, no.
No good.
The light
Really,
is
just
flickering. Okay.
cameraman really just wanted to look at that the scoreboard.
He studied long shots in cinematography class.
As we see the standings here.
And you'll
It's
see that
strange.
the Eagles have moved into 4th place.
Yeah, out of nowhere. I mean, we're definitely going to cover that on the podcast this week, but where did these Eagles come from? Like, what happened?
They've been listening to the podcast.
It seems, the interesting thing about the Eagles, nothing to do with this game, but it seems they really have the Hawks number. The Hawks beat up on just about everyone else, but the Eagles just find a way to beat them. It's very strange.
They listened to the last podcast where I said there's really nothing new to talk about, and
And they're like, all right, let's give them something to talk about.
as Michael Jordan once said, they took that personally.
Polanco coming up to bat here. 6-year Major League veteran. First pitch, fastball swung inside for ball, strike number 1.
And Jim, if you look at your notes that I have graciously given you, what does it say under Gregory Polanco?
It says his name is Gregory Polanco.
You know who he is.
There's a breaking ball way inside, had to be dodged there by Polanco for ball number 1. I actually added a note to the Polanco category. If you watch the Marines games this year, it's frustrating how often he's stifled by the Chiba Bay Winds. He takes a big hack there for strike number 2. But, man, I'm telling you, if Polanco didn't play for the Marines, he would be one of the league leaders in home runs this season because of how many home runs he's had robbed by the wind of Chiba Marine Stadium. Or Zozo Marine Stadium. And the 1-2 pitch coming up. Fastball low and outside for ball 2. Looked like a pretty good pitch, but umpire called it a ball.
There was a game I saw earlier in the season where, it's off the plate by a while, at least from my vantage point, unless I'm just bad at sports.
I look closer on the first shot. And the breaking ball gets him big swing and a miss for strikeout number 3. Yamasaki is slicing through this Chiba top order.
Yeah, I forget which game it was. It was early in the season. He hit like 4 fly balls, and the wind you could see the wind just bring him back immediately.
Yep. I remember that. One away here, I believe that is Koki Yamaguchi. Yep, I know that stance anywhere. One of my favorite players on the Marines. As breaking ball inside for ball number 1.
They want to say situational hitting and clutch hitting is a myth, but Yamaguchi might have something to say with that.
Yeah, Yamaguchi's got a penchant for hitting with runners in scoring position, though doesn't hit much otherwise. As a ball low and outside for ball number 2.
He likes the pressure. If it's not 2 outs and nobody's on, he does not want a part of that.
I just love this stance. Love this power stance he's got. As the pitch comes up, breaking ball high and outside for ball number 3.
I think it's kind of reminiscent of Hiromitsu Ochai stance, like the way he just has that bat out like that.
Cyhard asking, is Zozo Marine Stadium the hardest to hit home runs in? I would say unequivocally. Just because of the wind. It's not even the field dimensions. The 3-0 pitch coming up. Fastball zip right in there for strike number 1.
It's like right next to the ocean. It's like Oracle Park levels of right next to the bay. And the wind just howls.
The breaking ball low for ball number 4 as Yamaguchi earns himself a walk.
And if you go there early on in the season in April, when I went, my friends had told me, bring 2 or 3 coats, and I brought 1 like an idiot, because I figured, what, I have a hoodie? And around the 4th inning, I was like, wow, my teeth are chattering. So yeah, bring multiple coats if you're going to go to Zozo Marine Stadium at night in April.
Coming up to the plate here is, I believe, Hisanori Yasuda, third baseman. Was a lottery pick back in 2017. As Yamasaki gets in first with the strike 1, 0-1.
I don't get very lucky with my lottery picks.
Interesting to note about Yasuda, during the pandemic season, he got really into shogi and is something of an aficionado now. One of the best shogi players in the MPB. You ever play shogi?
Yes, actually, I do enjoy shogi more than regular chess.
Oh, okay. I'm more of a regular chess guy, but I have played shogi. It's quite good. It's interesting. As Yamasaki fires the ball in there for ball number 1.
I also learned shogi in 2020, but I don't think I'm winning any tournaments anytime soon.
No, yeah, I find it devilishly hard, but I quite enjoy normal chess. I enjoy both. They're great games.
I think there's only one, maybe two foreign shogi players. I know there's a Polish woman that is a shogi professional in Japan.
Oh, that's
Might be
interesting.
the only one.
The 1-1 pitch coming up here to Yasuda. Big swing and a miss. Took a little bit of a golf swing there. 1-2.
I think in chess it's called fortresses, maybe.
In shogi, it is. Yes, the fortress opening.
Well, in shogi, it's called a castle. Maybe it gets translated as a fortress, but I forget. I think there used to be a chess strategy way back. People used to do the fortress thing. I don't think they do it anymore, but I don't play chess.
I mean, there's the Berlin Wall defense, or like the
sounds
stone
great.
wall. There's some strategies like that in normal chess. 1-2 coming up. Big swing and a miss again, though. He did make contact this time, fouling that off to keep the at-bat alive. Yamasaki showing off that control so far with some nice breaking stuff, painting the corners.
If anyone's a fan of the Like a Dragon video game series, as it's called now, a lot of people get mad because there's shogi content that's in the game, usually a part of the story. And if you want to 100% the game, you got to play shogi. And it makes so many people over here upset. I'm like, oh boy, more shogi.
And the fastball's got him looking for strikeout number 4. And just through 2 innings of work, Yamasaki is obliterating the Marines. And you know what's actually funny story? I bought Like a Dragon last night. I'm looking forward to playing that. Steam Summer Sale.
Which one?
The Yakuza, isn't it? It's like
yeah,
Yakuza Like a Dragon. Well, I don't know.
Oh,
The
you
one with
bought
the guy.
the newest one.
Yeah.
Have you played any of the other ones previously?
No, I know they exist, but no, I haven't played them.
Oh, you should play them instead.
I've only played Yakuza 3.
All right,
Yamasaki first pitch.
completely are a
Big swing and
psychopath.
miss.
Just starting in third. All right.
Well, 1 and 2 were barely over here. I don't know what was I supposed to do.
Well, now they're over here. Well, third got completely censored back in the day. And just
Censored?
cut they cut a lot of content, I think, for time restraints. So, like, there's items in the game you can't even use.
Huh. As Yamasaki picks up strike 2, making quick work here. Out of... I'm not sure who that is.
You were distracted, dude.
Looking at my lineup card, I'm like, out of whoever's playing.
Kenta Chitani.
There you go. Is the 0-2 pitch comes up here. Breaking ball way outside for ball number 1. One-two pitch coming up. Breaking ball skied out to right field. Foul. We got Simon here in chat from the UK. Hello from Canada to the UK. I hope you're enjoying the Ashes. I am, or have been.
Simon, you a Tesco or a Morrison's guy?
And another 1-2 pitch coming up here for Yamasaki. Breaking ball just slow for strike. Ball number 2. Two pitch coming up. As that's way high for ball number 3. Chitani looking to earn himself a walk here as Yamasaki loses a bit of control. Simon is a Sainsbury's kind of guy. Went off the board there.
Someone remind me, is Sainsbury's posh? I don't remember. That's what they call it, right?
I never know all the difference in the classes of the stores. All I know is Greg's has pies, you know? 3-2. Hit over to the shortstop as he collects it and zips it down to first base. And that'll bring an end to the inning. Halfway through the second year, Yamasaki has only given up 1 walk and picked up 4 strikeouts as the Marines and Buffaloes stay tied at 0-0.
And To recap on our chat messages, Sai is going to start the series, starting with 0. I'm more of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0 kind of guy, but you can go whatever order you please. Nat has not finished Ishin. You mean the original or the remake that came out a few months ago? Because I have not finished the remake either. Nathan went to the game on Children's Day.
I think that was one of the days Polanco struggled.
Probably. That might have been the game where it was... I think it was a Sasaki start, actually. I remember where it's just... the wind just killed everything. Oh, Simon, apparently we told him a few weeks ago that he was going to be a Buffaloes fan. Oh, was that the rule? You had to support the team that won?
Yeah, but I'm sure Gabe pushed him in the right direction.
I'm just glad someone's doing actually agreeing to that. Normally they just go off in another direction, and they're like, nah, I support this team. I'm like, oh, okay. Dustin became a Buffaloes fan because of a idol group.
Oh, decent. Everyone's got their reason.
Sort of like how
I started a Marines fan, and I'm drifting towards Hawks fandom now.
Free agent.
Yeah, what am I gonna do? I'm covering them. I'm watching other games. I'm just learning to love them. As Yuma Tongu comes up to bat, the breakout performer so far of the season, definitely coming out of nowhere to have one of the best. He's leading the league right now in batting average, and one of the among the league leaders in home runs and RBIs. As Mercedes gets him with a breaking ball outside for strike number 1. Second pitch. Oh my goodness. Almost took off Mercedes' head with that hit as he safely reaches first base. That's honestly why I could never pitch even in high school. I was so scared of that kind of thing happening.
I'm always just more amazed that a lot of them just tend to never react.
Oh,
they're just
geez.
That looked a lot worse on replay.
Yeah, that was some scary stuff. And also just forget being scared of that. I would struggle immensely to regain my composure after that.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not doing like a mound visit of some sort to just be like, hey, you're still good.
Yeah, you're good. But Tongu picks up another hit as Marwin Gonzalez comes to the plate. As he rocks that down to third base, flips it over to second as Nakagawa throws that over to first, and they pick up a clean double play.
First pitch double play, it's like watching my Phillies. Nat is a fan of the Fighters, and I'm also a fan of the Fighters' old uniforms from that 2010s Otani era. That white and blue one. Nice. Not a fan of the gold one. Didn't like that one.
Yutaro Sugimoto, also among the leading sluggers right now. He's actually maybe my dark horse favorite to win the home run derby coming up in a couple of weeks, which we will talk about on the podcast.
He's a big fan of Fist of the North Star, so he's got the power of anime on his side.
He's also just a big fan. Look at that, man. That's a unit. As Mercedes gets the ball low for ball 2.
Number 99 for a reason.
You gotta love a number 99 that's big. Like Aaron Judge. You gotta love a big guy with a big number. 1-1 pitch coming up here from Mercedes. Change up low and inside. Big swing and a miss for strike number 2.
Last year when Rokisaki threw his perfect game, a game I have watched more times than I care to admit, but on the final out, it was Sugimoto, and I remember just being like, oh, here we go. He's going to destroy it.
Your Phillies fan instinct kicked in.
Well, that's always in.
1-2 with a ball deep inside for ball number 2. Interesting. That ball almost hit Sugimoto, and he didn't even flinch.
That's because he gets on base. He's got a lot more to gain by getting hit than Mercedes does.
That's true, with a breaking ball alone inside for ball number 3, bringing us to a full count with 2 away here. I think Joker Man asking if we'll be streaming the All-Star game. I do not believe we will, unfortunately. So a full count coming up. Breaking ball rocked out to left side for foul ball.
Oh, Nathan Lawler. I'm
Yeah,
so
Nathan,
sorry.
that's a bad call, man.
That's
3-2 pitch. And big swing and a miss by Sugimoto. Mercedes picks up his first strikeout of the evening, bringing end to the inning as the score stays 0-0. Getting a little Englishism in there.
yeah, don't do that.
It sounds better than 0-0. I don't know. It's better than what they would say in cricket, which is like Nort or whatever.
Oh, that's awful. You can do it the Japanese way in 0-0.
Ooh, 0-0. So while we've got a little break here, I just want to remind everyone that our upcoming games on July 27th, we have a midnight matinee between the Eagles and Fighters, and our next baseball for breakfast will be on August 8th between the Hawks and Eagles. So we got a lot of Eagles games coming up for you Eagles fans. Maybe the Eagles are about to pick up heat and come out of nowhere to make a noise in the playoff picture.
In the chat, Nathan, every so often on Twitter I see they'll post like 7 years ago today, here's your Phillies lineup, and I'm just like, I don't know any of these players. Why are you reminding me
you
of
don't
the
know who
dark
Dustin
time?
Pedroia is. You don't know any history. You have no culture.
Yeah, but why would I know about the Red Sox?
I live in the real Northeast, so I just got to end up learning about them through unwilling osmosis.
I don't know who Dustin Pedroia is, but do you want to hear about the 1949 Pacific League season? 1950 Pacific League season, I mean.
Yeah, I guess we've all got our things.
Do you want to know about the 1943 NPB season? Because I can tell you. Dustin Pedroia? No, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I gotta definitely get more brushed up with my Pacific League history. I only know the extremely recent stuff, such as this season and some of last. That was the first pitch here to start the third inning. Breaking ball right down the middle for strike number 1. As we take a look here, it is... Oh, I know who that is. I'm just blanking. I believe that's Sato for the Marines. Yep. Oh, no. Oh, and we have another breaking ball for strike number 2.
It's Tamara.
Yes, yeah, my mistake. Though he is catching. I was correct about the position. As Yamasaki quickly getting out ahead here with the 0-2. Breaking ball alone outside for ball number 1. Tamaro Tatsuhiro at bat. Oh, as he knocks that deep out to right field, but collected easily for out number 1. And the first ball outside for ball number 1. We have center fielder Kyoto Fujiwara coming up here. Also an Osaka native, playing in his hometown today. Quick pitch. Woo, breaking ball inside for ball number 2. Almost hit him on that. Fujiwara was a lottery draft pick back in 2018. Obviously got picked up by the Marines in that lottery. 2-0 pitch coming up as he fouls that just shy of the umpire's sensitive spot, I might say. Fujiwara, something of a phenom, made the team right out of high school in 2019. Didn't spend much time, if any, I think, at the farm system level, as Yamasaki picks up the second strike.
I believe he played in every minor league game. Every all spring training games, all 30 of them, and then made the opening day roster.
Breaking ball skied out to left field, and that's going to land for a base hit as Fujiwara gets on base. Won't try for second, though he is quick as he collects his first hit of the evening. And I believe that is Yamasaki's first hit given up so far this evening to batter number 9.
One thing that's kind of, I won't say exclusive to MBB, but you get the feeling a lot more. They'll usually let the high-tier draft picks play at the top team in, their rookie year. They'll call them up. Yeah. And then after a while, you'll be like, wow, that guy's been around forever. He must be old now. Then you'll check his stats, and he's like 23, and you're like, oh.
As Yamasaki picks up strike number 1. Fujioka here for his second at-bat.
Was not a fan of something there.
It did seem a bit low and outside for a strike, but, not the most egregious call. Runner on first here with 1 away as Yamasaki gets ready for the 0-1 pitch. Throws a pickoff down to Fujiwara. Understandable given his speed.
Fujioka formerly played in the industrial leagues for Toyota, as in the car company, Toyota.
The industrial league system is an interesting little, not minor, it's an independent baseball league, right?
Yeah, it's interesting, and one of the things that's really funny about it is there's also an industrial American football league.
Oh, that's cool. Maybe I can get a job there.
Apparently, you actually do have to actually work in the office, and then afterwards go play football. I think it's the same for the industrial league teams. You go work, and then now you're playing baseball.
Like a lot of fun. I would love to do that.
Get into an argument with the guy in accounting, and then suddenly you're your catcher the next game.
And tries for a pickoff once again. O2 pitch coming up here. As he hits that deep out to left field, that should be collected easily by Sugimoto. 1 away. I believe that brings Shogo Nakamura up to bat. Made a nice play earlier, turning that double play. At the first pitch, Yamasaki breaking ball outside for ball number 1. Nakamura, one of the more decorated members of the Marines, former one-time Best 9, 2-time Golden Glover, and 2-time All-Star. And I believe, was he part of the last Marines championship team or no?
No, he was not there in 2010.
Breaking ball right down the middle for strike number 1.
Interesting thing about Nakamura, he's a fan of the J-Rock band, One OK Rock, probably most known to people outside of Japan for their song The Clock Strikes, which was used in the original version of Yakuza Ishin way back in 2012, I think that game came out.
As Nakamura skies this deep out to right field, looking like it's almost going to go foul, but collected easily for the final out of the inning. Or final out of the half inning, I should say, as the Marines fail to pick up yet another run. Or any runs. Peiji Hagtog with a funny point. Imagine working with someone you don't like, and then you find out they're your battery mate. I think that makes for a really good idea for either like an anime or a sitcom, like
Yeah, like I
an
said, you're
industrial
pitching,
league.
and now the guy in accounting who you've argued with earlier is your catcher. Just starts calling all the worst pitches you have. Kyocera Dome opting for the full logos as opposed to an M and a B.
As I believe we are approaching the bottom half of the order for the Buffaloes.
They really don't want to show the rest of the stadium during that changing period.
Makes me sad. I like seeing all the fun promo stuff.
Like that one game with the pose thing that they had to do.
Tomoya and Noguchi coming up to bat here.
I think that was the game where they had the idol things where they dressed up all the Orcs players as idols. If you remember that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that was fun. Noguchi in his second season with the Buffaloes. Mercedes comes with the pitch, breaking ball outside for ball number 1. Let's see. Fouls this one off for strike number 2. 1, I should say. Mercedes with the pitch. Low, very low in the dirt for ball number 2. Mercedes with the pitch. As Noguchi hits that over to shortstop. Ooh, there was a bit of a discussion as to who would get it, but he flips it down to first base for out number 1 of the inning. Fujioka making a decent play there. As Noguchi's got some wheels, nearly made it to first there. See a bigger replay. Ooh, yeah, Fujioka need to make a good throw to get him out there. Whoops, sorry, just struck my microphone. As Kenya Wakatsuki comes up to bat for his first at bat of the evening. Breaking ball 1. Okay, apparently.
No, that was the studio falling down. We're in a box here. It's like one of those TV studios where it's just the 3 walls.
As Mercedes ready for the 1-0 pitch. Hits that, between the infielders that gets down for a single as Wakatsuki gets on base. I don't know why my brain wants to call him Watatsky instead of Wakatsuki. Oh, I recognized one of those characters on that man's sign. I'm very happy.
What character was it?
It was Ya.
Yeah. Just wait until you get into katakana. That first,
Oof. I
first
am not
while
looking
will be
forward to
difficult.
it. Oh man, I got to modifiers recently, like sort of accenty things. I was like, this is French all over
ka
again.
and ga.
I can't do this. It's just French all over again. It was Keita Nakagawa coming up for his second at bat of the evening so far.
Okay,
Picked
once
up
you
a
get
hit
to
his first time
katakana, you're going to see shi, no, and tsu. They all look exactly alike.
Oh, great. Mercedes with the 1-1 pitch as Nakagawa hits it right to where Wakatsuki hit it, and he gets on base too. Seems there's a bit of a hole in the Marines infield between Fujioka and who's playing at third? Yasuda. Strange, the Marines are usually among the best defensive teams, but The Buffaloes are exploiting some weaknesses here on the left side.
They're also on a completely turf playing surface, so that ball probably just shoots off.
Oh, yeah. As Gibo comes up to bat, and he bunts. Gets the bunt down, going down to third. That is foul. Gibo, bunt only.
In the chat, Pierre, if you watch or read the series Cromartie High School, every school in that show / manga is named after a former NPB foreign player.
Oh, that's interesting.
For example, the guys at Cromartie High have to argue with the guys at Bass High, and Destrati High, and all other things.
As Gibo gets ready for his second pitch, takes an actual swing on the bat here, but fouls it off for 0-2. You can see Gibo thinking, maybe I can get a bunt down here. Mercedes getting ready for the 0-2 pitch. Fastball just outside for ball number 1. Runners on first and second. The pitch coming up. The breaking ball fouled back. Gibo stays alive in the at-bat. Definitely trying not to ground into the double play here. You see Mercedes' breaking ball.
Though he has 5 different pitches, he's mainly just your typical fastball slider pitcher, Mercedes.
Ah, those lefties. Love the fastball slider combo. The 1-2 coming up as Gibo hits that down to Mercedes, who flips it over to first for the second out of the inning, but the runners do advance. 2 outs here with runners on third and second.
There's a lot of those high chops this game.
I think it's because with the way Mercedes pitches, he gets a lot of action going down and away. So it seems like it's a bit easier for most contact hitters to probably end up chopping it. Of course, Yuki Nagita, with his brutal uppercut swing for the Hawks, would probably feast on that. As we have... ball high and outside.
In the chat for Michael asking a question about CL streaming services, it is up to the individual teams. There's no centralized one.
Kobayashi with runners on scoring position here as he fouls that back for strike number 1. The 1-1 pitch coming up here is it's a breaking ball just outside for ball number 2.
That seemed like a strike to me.
Me too, but Kobayashi will take it. Looking to score some runs here for the home team.
42 pitching to 24.
There you go.
It's the little things.
It's the little things that make baseball so beautiful. As he gets the strike there.
Now, like, wasn't it the same spot as earlier?
Yeah, I think the umpire is like, all right, I'll give you that one. As Mercedes looking to get out of a bit of a jam here. 1 strike away from getting out of this without any damage. As Yamasaki watches on. As that's a ball outside for ball number 3. Full count here.
And you'll see them pitching to that left side of the plate for Noguchi. For that, it's no Gucci for him, because he's batting very poorly on that outer half of the plate.
Wow. You should go to
elite.
jail. As you distract me from calling that breaking ball outside for get Kuribayashi down to first base.
Hate cuz ain't.
So, on the one hand, obviously not ideal to give up a runner there, but he still hasn't given up a run, and he's got 2 outs here. Still the opportunity to get himself out of a jam, though Leandro Cedeno is coming up to the plate, and he's got a bit of pop in his bat.
What is that song they keep playing?
And the first pitch, high and outside for ball number 1.
I swear I've heard this before, but I can't name it.
Couldn't tell you.
I trusted you.
You know me, song knower. As Cedeno skies that deep out to right, that might be going all the way, and it is! Leandro Cedeno with a massive grand slam here in the 3rd inning, a big bang home run as he drives in 4 runs. Huge moment here for the Buffaloes as Cedeno picks up a massive, massive home run to get them out the lead here in the 3rd inning. Cedeno touches home, just crushed that ball.
I believe that's the first grand slam we've had on any of our English language broadcasts.
I wouldn't be surprised. They're quite rare.
Our first year doing it, we had a home run drought. This year, we're having a bunch of them.
As we'll see the replay here, Cedeno got all of that. Absolutely rocked out to the offside. Just out for a home run. What a moment for him. He's had a bit of a rocky start to his career so far. Oh, and right off the bat, Mercedes gets a ball right in there for strike number 1. And with that, Cedeno has created a massive lead for the Buffaloes here. It'll be very hard for the Marines, who don't score a lot of runs, to make up for that, as Mercedes whips that ball in there for strike number 2.
We talked earlier about how the Marine Stadium is a unfriendly hitter's park. It's clearly a pitcher's park. However, we're at Kyocera Dome, and that is a very big pitcher's park. Hitter's park, excuse me.
As Tongu fouls that off to the left side, stays alive at the at-bat, 0-2. As the breaking ball in the dirt for ball number 1. Daniel looking almost almost looking upset, but not as celebratory as I would be with the 1-2 pitch coming up with the curveball outside for ball number 2. Two-two pitch here coming up from Mercedes to Yumatongu, as it's a ball just outside, brings us to a full count here.
I always find it interesting that the Buffaloes broadcast, right above that little icon of the diamond where they show the runners on base, it just says "Love Baseball" for some reason.
That's awesome. That's beautiful. Tongu skies that out, stays alive in the at-bat.
But it's like, of course you love it. You're watching the game, aren't you? Watch that be some sort of charity, and I'm unaware. I'm just being
No, it's
horrible.
entirely possible.
Some
We all love
amazing
baseball.
charity.
Pitch coming up as Tongu hits it right back to Mercedes. He's got something out for him here. As Mercedes flips that down to first base to bring an end to a tumultuous inning.
I was going to say the entire Oryx lineup seems to not be a fan of Mercedes, but actually I would think that they're rather big fans of Mercedes after this inning. Huge fans.
Well, we know Cedeno is, that's for sure.
Oh,
finally, we're going to get to see some promo stuff. All right.
Better lining up like the other one from last time we did this. Alright, what is it? Uh-huh. Oh, it's this again.
Oh, she got to be with Yamasaki. Oh, I find this stuff so adorable.
Oh, she's got his towel ready. She's doing the heart thing. So do they find somebody with Yamasaki's towel?
I figure, yeah, maybe a cameraman spots it, says to the producer, like, "Hey, get the Yamasaki roll ready. I'm gonna catch someone." That would make sense. Cedeno, get a replay of that absolute moonshot he hit out to right field. It was ghost typing very hard.
Oh yeah, that'll happen. Getting my advanced stats here.
As Yamasaki gets the first pitch here. Skied out to right field, and that drops for a hit. As Ishikawa reaches safely to start the inning for the Marines.
Well, looks like they're going to work on getting a grand slam of their own.
I'd appreciate if we got to see who was back. Oh, it's Blanco.
I was about to say.
Like, I would like to see who's batting right before at least a moment before the pitch comes. But all right, we got Polanco here.
I kept thinking that something happened, and I just phased forward 2 minutes or something. I was like, who's batting?
And Polanco rockets that deep into hard grounder out to right field as Namaguchi throws it over to second, keeping the runner there. Polanco reaches base safely. Yeah, it looks like they are working on a grand slam of their own.
In the chat for Dustin, I do not keep a scorecard. I have a couple of websites up in various tabs. They just keep the score for me and have a history of the game. I tried to score a game once, but I was not very good at it.
We just go for it, to be honest. we just try our best.
I have a bunch of NPB scorecards, but I did not score them myself.
I'm in a small hot room with a laptop with only one screen. I'm doing what I can here.
Oh, so you're in jail.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Maguchi here. Runners in scoring position. His favorite time to hit. As we have no one out with runners on first and second, as that's strike one.
That was not a strike to my opinion.
That looked a bit low to me, but all right.
Hold on, we have the technology. Can we confirm? Allegedly, that was right on the line, but I have I would debate that.
Yamasaki getting ready for the 0-1 pitch here. As we'll see, Yamaguchi wants to hit that ball hard as he skies that out for strike number 2. Beautiful crack of the bat there. Love that sound. Hiroshi Hedgehog does make a good point about Polanco, though he has struggled at Chiba Marine Stadium. He's definitely more suited to DH than he is to playing the field. Is the 0-2 pitch coming up here? Batter wants it inside. Catcher, I should say. Whoa! Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was a bit too inside. To be completely fair, it did kind of look like Wakatsuki was setting up behind Yamaguchi. Yamasaki was just obliging him. As Yamaguchi will head down to first. That looks like it hurt a lot.
Looks like it was right on the elbow.
Ooh, Green Cardboard saying hello from Samsung Lions Country. Welcome.
Oh, hey, Dan.
Tuned in just in time to see, brutal hit right on the elbow, right over the pad too, like right where the pad isn't covering. That sucks.
It always hits where the padding isn't, and they're covered in padding.
You know?
Oh, he's got the spray, I think.
The spray.
I told you, Grand Slam of their own.
Yeah, you did call. You totally called it. Let's see who's at bat here. That might be wishful thinking. So I believe it's Hisanori Yasuda coming up. Hey, and Sven Detman saying hello from Brazil. Very happy to have you here. That's what I love about baseball for breakfast.
Brazil.
We've got so many people all over the place. As yes, we have Yasuda coming up here. Yasuda, former representative of Japan's U23 and U18 teams internationally, as Yamasaki throws a breaking ball outside for ball number 1.
Batting 356 with runners on, so...
Bottom of the 4th here with the bases loaded and no out. If the Marines don't manage to score any runs here, that would be very rough. But also very Marines. As ball, the 1-0 pitch coming up. As Yasuda rocks that ball deep out to center field. Oh, no, it's just a little bit too high. And what a beautiful diving catch as he throws it down to the catcher and the runner scores. So Ishikawa manages to tag up from
deep enough
third.
For the runner to score from third. It's
because Nakagawa had to make that sliding dive to make it.
Yeah, true. I guess he saw that.
Yeah, had he just made a simple catch, he probably could have made that throw. But he had to make a highlight reel play just to keep it from being even more runs, frankly.
Style points.
Yeah, with how much contact, with how that sounded off the bat, I thought that was going way deeper. But no, not enough time to put enough zip on that throw.
Sometimes you want the wind. No wind in a dome, though.
That's what you see the saying there. It's like, if we were playing at home, that would have been 2 RBIs for me. This pitch comes up, and he gets that just over the shortstop, deep into the left field. Nakagawa picks it up. He's going to try to make the throw to third as Polanco rounds to score another run. And the Marines are making a comeback here, 2-4, with, I believe, only 1 out still.
In the chat for Michael, yes, they do have a home run derby.
Home run derby is coming up, I think, in the voting. I think the teams will be announced in the participants, I should say, will be announced either tomorrow or by the end of the week. As you see that a beautiful piece of hitting there to get that right over the shortstop. As Polanco lumbers around the bases. He is not quick. So I believe, if I'm keeping track of where we are, I think Fujiwara should be at bat now. But I won't know until they show me. No, that is Tamura, who gets a bunt down, trying to score another run, and he does as the pitcher tags him out. Perfect little sack bunt there to score Yamaguchi, and that brings the score to 3-4. Clearly, the Marines were interested in proving our naysaying wrong. As Tamura picks up a very well-placed sack bunt there.
They've been listening to the podcast, I believe.
And again, just like to mention to any of you who are new to the show, we do have a podcast that we do every week where we talk about the news and goings-on around the Pacific League. You can find it on this YouTube channel under Podcast.
Usually we talk about something and then the opposite happens afterwards.
2 away with a runner on second here with Fujiwara coming up for his second at-bat. As this breaking ball low and inside for ball number 1. So let's go Fujiwara. The 1-0 pitch coming up here. Breaking ball high and inside for ball number 2. Imagine Fujiwara's got some extra fan support today because, again, as I mentioned earlier, he is an Osaka native. So probably a lot of friends and family who are just showing up to support their boy here.
Fujiwara, along with Taiga Hitasawa and Yasuda from earlier, collectively they are known as the Heian period for Lotte, a reference to Japan's Heian period. I don't understand the reasoning behind that, but
I'm sure it makes sense in Japanese.
Well, the Heian period refers to a peaceful period, so...
Well, that's nice.
Are they
that's
saying
good.
that they don't destroy baseballs? I'm not certain.
Well, maybe they're just saying they're nice guys. You know, they're good guys to be around. I would rather be named after a peaceful period than a war period.
Yeah, but I mean, imagine how much war you would have in the war period.
Yeah, you're right, actually. You name me after a war period, I probably have a really high war. The 2-1 pitch coming up here. Fastball, or more breaking ball, still down the middle, though, either way. With strike number 2.
10 war on the diamond, 10 war in the Sengoku Jidai.
Yamasaki had a great first 2 innings, but has been struggling a bit this inning. Fujiwara taking a little step away from the plate here. Two-two pitch coming up here. As Fujiwara skies that deep into the foul territory, but that looks like it'll be collected by Marwin Gonzalez to bring an end to the inning. The Marines make up some ground from that grand slam earlier as we come to the end of the 4th inning, and the score is 3-4, with the Buffaloes leading. Sorry, halfway through the 4th. I keep doing that. Sai explaining some of the historical connotation of the Fujiwara name in the kind of period.
Oh, okay, so I know more about that Warring States period than I do the early Heian. I did actually buy a book on Heian, but then I just never got around to reading it. The Cursive Amazon Prime Day sales from 5 years ago.
Oh, I believe, actually, this reminds me, seeing this little guy here, that today's game is sponsored by Sony. So there's a special pom-pom jelly available to people in the ballpark. That is a very cute mascot.
Ponta-chan's a very nice little mascot. I'm surprised we didn't get a clip of Cedeno throwing the Ponta into the stands like they normally do after a home run. Unless they don't do that anymore.
I always worry we're going to get copyright stricken for this kind of thing. Maybe we should just try to talk over it. I mean, I do want to just appreciate the music, but let's try to get
well within the contract and rights and whatever.
I'd imagine. You never know, though, you know?
With YouTube? No, you don't.
Yeah.
You see that some guy just got, they finally caught him. He was making fake music copyrights.
Ugh.
On, like, public domain music.
Oh, what an asshole.
Oh, okay. Well, we're screwed.
Well, I mean...
No, okay. It's
now I'm gonna careen us over into getting demonetized.
It wasn't within the first 5 seconds, so I think we're safe.
That's true. And also, I mean, I think if there's one thing you should be allowed to say, it's what I just said. But Marwin Gonzalez fouls that off here to start the bottom of the 4th inning. Strike number 1.
But anyway, yeah, he would take public domain music, re-upload it to like, I don't know, some like a streaming service with his name on it, and then make a fake claim.
Wow. Again, what a bad guy.
I just can't believe that works.
We live in a society. As CC Martinez throws a pitch outside for ball number 1. Yeah, that's right. You know what? This qualifies as late night TV. I can say that. East Bay's got a great point. The 1-1 pitch coming up here is when Gonzalez smokes that, but it goes just foul.
You ever stay up really late thinking you're gonna watch like cool TV and it's just infomercials?
That's like late. You know, Cool TV would go until like midnight. Then yeah, when it's like 3, it's like infomercials and like
And
the George
sometimes the
Lopez
little
show.
the channel list doesn't like say like what it is. It just says like you think it's something else. You go there and it's some guy trying to sell you coins or something.
Just says like channel.
Yeah.
The 1-2 pitch coming up here as Gonzalez smokes that down the third base line, but also goes foul. Gonzalez, you're making decent contact, but just getting foul.
Years ago, I turned on I think Discovery Channel, and I think there was Hulk Hogan on there trying to sell me a grill.
Oh gosh, have you heard this? Have you heard his infamous story about how he should have had the George Foreman grill, but instead he got a blender?
He later had his own grill that apparently caught fire.
Oh,
so they had to take off the market.
As Gonzalez knocks that, and it should be picked up easily by Fujiwara for the first out. Second, which out are we on?
It's all come tumbling down. I hope Gabe's not seeing this.
Nah, it's too early. He's not up yet, though he will eventually. 6:15 here at the East Coast. Is the sun? Oh, the sun is coming up. I just looked behind me and saw some light come through.
Hey, isn't that weird? It's like really dark in your room, then you turn around and you see the sun's up.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, now it's brighter.
Oh, I turned the light on in my room. Doing it in the dark would just be too depressing. As Sugimoto fouls this back to start his at-bat. 0-1. Mercedes getting ready for the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball down in the dirt for ball number 1. We got Jeffrey Boo here saying it's 5-15 in Texas right now, or 5-12, I should say, as Sugimura rocks that deep out to center. Fujiwara makes the catch, though, just at the wall, and that brings us to 2 outs in the inning. Very nice play by the center fielder there. Yeah, wow. He looks like Sugimoto was waiting on that breaking ball, just shy of getting a home run. Would have been his 12th on the season.
That was up there in the zone, and that is where you want to avoid with Sugimoto, because on the top, like that outer part, he's batting .529 with 3 home runs.
Holy smokes.
So avoid the top part of the zone with him. You want to go low and away. With most batters, I would think, but...
Tomoya Noguchi coming up for a second at-bat of the evening.
I won't make the pun again.
Oh. Seems Mercedes appreciates it as he gets out to an early 2-strike lead. And he's making quick work here with another ball down in the dirt for ball number 1.
I didn't even mean to. I just said his name and I was like, oh, might as well.
Not as bad as what's the one Gabe does that bothers me? Raito? Who is it in Raito? Aito and Raito, is that what it is?
Oh, yeah, let's say that.
Noguchi strikes out. Losing the plot a bit here at the end of the 4th inning, as the Marines made a bit of a comeback at the top of the 4th, as we now sit still 3-4.
We have fun here.
We do. It's the only way you could do baseball at 5 a.m.
Well, when you don't have an analytics department, a stats department, and a pre-game department, you have to do everything yourself. Sometimes you lose your mind.
Just gotta do what you can.
Flipping through tabs and folders, then all of a sudden the at-bat's over. You're like, but I got my graph up. I got my chart. Can we go back?
Though we are very happy to have you all here, all of our faithful viewers. Again, I'm Jimbo Bernicki, and I'm joined by Mr. Michael Beasley. We're very happy to have all of you here. And we hope you can join us next time when, I believe on July 27th, we will have the Eagles and Fighters in a midnight matinee. And then after that, August 8th is our next baseball for breakfast. And that will be between the Hawks and the Eagles at the Pepe Dome. As we get ready for the start of the 5th inning here. About halfway point of the game.
Looks like Michael in the chat wants to know where in the East Coast we're at.
I'm in Montreal, and you are in Philly.
It do be like that.
It be like that sometimes. They think it don't be, but it
super
do.
dry. I think it was former Marines player Brandon Laird hit the, I forget what stadium, I think it was Tokyo Dome. He hit the Asahi sign when he hit a home run, and he got a year's supply of Asahi, I think.
That's pretty nice.
And $3 grand.
Fujioka making his third time through the lineup here, as Yamasaki gets out to a 1-strike lead, and he whips that in for ball number 1. The 1-1 pitch coming up here as Fujioka lines that over to Gibo, who flips it over to the first baseman, Tongu, to pick up out number 1.
Earlier with Nakamura, we talked about his walk-up music choices. We can also say he is a noted fan of Linkin Park, Sum 41, Homemade Kazuko, Fall Out Boy, and Kodakumi. So he was born in the 90s, as you can tell.
Linkin Park, Fall Out Boy. It's a bit of a progression from my earliest musical takes to early high school, and then, obviously grew out of that. As Nakamura takes a big swing and a miss for strike number 2.
However, and may Kami-sama forgive me for uttering this, but he is also a Pitbull fan.
Dale! Mr. Worldwide!
Don't do that.
Yeah,
we just got copyright struck.
Oh, God. That's what gets us copyright struck. Not the Disney music, but me saying Dale.
Would not be surprised.
It's something of like a nervous, like a tick. Whenever I hear Pitbull, I gotta say Dale, Mr. Worldwide. So the 1-2 pitch comes up, and Nakamura fouls that off.
I think they make medication for that. Do I have any Kodakumi in my musical library? I think I might. Seeing Dustin mention it in the chat.
1-2 pitch coming up here. It's a breaking ball outside for ball number 2.
I know I have a song they're featured on.
Actually, I think I might still have some Fall Out Boy on my phone. No Linkin Park, though. With the 2-2 pitch coming up here, as Nakamura pops that, just going to go easy as you like to Marwin Gonzalez at third, getting the second out of the inning. Yeah, you usually expect a high changeup to get crushed, and maybe Nakamura got a little more square to that he could have, but instead it's just an easy fly ball to third base. Coming up to bat here is Shingo Ishikawa again. As Yamasaki being quick here, getting ball 1.
If anybody remembers in 2018, the last MLB Japan All-Star Exchange Series that they had, Ishikawa participated in that.
The 1-1 pitch coming up with another ball outside for ball number 2.
I don't know if he was on the Samurai Japan game, but I believe he might have been on the Giants roster when they did the MLB All-Stars versus the Giants in 2018.
The 2-1 pitch comes up. A breaking ball grounded out to shortstop as Kubayashi flips it down to first base, I think. Sorry, my video lagged really badly there. I don't know if that happened for everyone else too. But it brings us to the end of the inning, or halfway through the inning, as we enter the bottom of the 5th. The Marines, Buffalo still lead the Marines 4-3. Man, I am struggling. Halfway point in the game. You know what?
I think it's going to be one of their countryside games. I think it's going to be fireworks night. A lot of long shots on the scoreboard for some reason tonight. Not real certain about that. And that is I don't know whose walk-up song that currently is, but that is the Dragon Ball GT Japanese theme currently playing for them. I didn't see that in my list of walk-up songs, so maybe they're just playing it in the stadium currently. It seems that there's a long time getting ready for the next part of the inning.
Starting off the inning here, we have Kenya Wakatsuki. As Mercedes has a breaking ball, rocketed down to Ishikawa. Whoa, high ball, but caught and landed for out number one. Oh my.
Yeah, I had like a hiccup on my end. I thought it went over his head at first.
Oh, Fujioka just made a brilliant play to get that down there. Probably going to be seeing that on the top 20 plays later this week. Oh my goodness. Great play all around. As Mercedes coming up here, or for the 0-0 pitch, as we have a slight delay. Ball went outside for ball number one. As Keita Nakagawa looking to pick up his third hit of the evening so far. Definitely having himself a nice little day. Breaking ball inside for strike number one. 1-1 pitch coming up, and that's just in the dirt for ball number two. Keita Nakagawa entered the league as a first baseman, but has recently been converted to outfield, and as we saw earlier, he's been doing a pretty good job defensively, as he skies that deep out to right, but well into foul territory for strike number two. Yeah, Mercedes, to his credit, though he had that one bad inning, otherwise he's been pretty decent so far tonight. Or this morning. It all depends on where you are. The 2-2 pitch coming up as Nakagawa skies that down to right field, and it lands for another hit. Nakagawa having himself a terrific game.
With that inning that fell apart and gave the grand slam, I think he just was getting too frustrated with the outside part of the plate, those calls that he wasn't getting. And then, a pitch later he would get it, so I don't know what role that played.
It's funny, looking in the chat, Dustin, I believe, said, get that man some coffee, I think in reference to me, and I did literally go get a coffee right before, right after seeing that. As we have one out here with runner on first base, as Gibo comes up to bat. Is he going to bunt?
Doesn't look like he will this time.
Oh, that iced coffee good. As Gibo gets that down to out of the outstretched glove of Nakamura, down for a base hit. As he gets on first, runners on first and second with one away here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Oh, just by millimeters missing that ball. What would you call millimeters? What's the shortest distance of measurement your American
Centimeters?
Centimeters? What? You don't use centimeters. What are you talking about? Isn't it inches? Is there something smaller than inches?
Centimeters are just that like weird part of the ruler that you never use.
Right. Well, except for us, we use that part all the time. That's my
yeah,
point.
I think it's just centimeters. I think that's the lowest accepted one. But they got bullpen action up in the.
Well, you know, millimeters are even smaller than centimeters, right?
Yes.
You could use that too.
Who does it say? Who's up in the Lotte bullpen? Does that?
I did not see. As
Kobayashi has
Kobayashi
it up on my end.
looking to score some runs here. As that breaking ball is outside again for ball number 1. Another little okay. And we get ready for the 1-0 pitch. It's just inside for strike number 1. Ooh, that was very inside for strike number 1, but all right. And that's another ball inside. Looks like it was the exact same place as last one, but ball 2.
Yeah, he's getting that a lot this game.
It's like a weird strike zone going on here. As the 2-1 pitch coming up here. As Kobayashi gets that down to shortstop, and Nakamura collects it and flips it over to you for the double play, bringing it into the Buffalo's inning.
They did have bullpen action for Lotte, but he only has 70-some pitches through the 5th, 77 to be exact, so I think they'll keep him in at least for another inning.
Yeah, I think he can get another inning going.
If he has a very quick and clean 6, probably comes out for the 7th, I would think. Really curious about why we keep getting this long shot on the scoreboard and not any of the switch
Promotional
over
stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Strange. Every stadium kind of has their own production, and so
like here
maybe...
now we can see the cheer team and them maintaining the dirt, but
yeah, that's true. Yeah, we haven't seen like any of the cheerleaders. It seems the production team is just against dynamic camera work. We just pick a long shot, we stick on it. You got to live with that.
Something's going on screen. I don't know if that's some sort of game or is that just an animation?
No, it just looks like it's just it looks like it's Buffalo Bell throwing the ball to the boy mascot and then hitting it. Is it Buffalo Bill? I hope.
I think it is.
I feel like Buffalo Bill has gotten a really weird connotation ever since Silence of the Lambs.
Never seen it, but
they're so young. Oh my gosh. What did you say?
I said, did they change the song for the Lucky 7?
I don't think so. This isn't. Yeah, we're not in the 7th
We're not
inning.
even in the.
It's just a very long inning break. Oh,
Not normally seen that. Okay, highlights.
all right, we're going all over the place. Okay. Seeing here that Yamasaki picked up a couple strikeouts and had a really good start to his evening. I think he's still only on 4 strikeouts, though. I believe this is the inning where the offensive explosion happens. Right, yes, yeah. Right through the same place. Then Gibo gets, he moves the runners over. Before Leandro Cedeno blasts that ball deep out to right field. Getting a huge grand slam. I wonder how many grand slams there have been this season. Can't be that many.
I know Yamaguchi had one, I think, at home a few weeks ago.
If there's anyone on the Marines that would do that, it would be Yamaguchi.
And then, of course, the very next inning, the Marines get 3 back. And there's that. What do they call it? The squeeze bunt? Is that a suicide squeeze?
Yeah, I think, technically.
I think my squeeze is confused.
Let's call it that. We've made the decision. That's what we're going to call it. Coming around to the top of the 6th here. As we have a... No, okay. For a moment, I thought that was a pitching change. But no, that is just Kobayashi. Ooh, with the Pirates of the Caribbean song coming out.
Trying to figure out whose walk-up song that is.
I can't help but feel like it must be a pinch hitter because we didn't hear that before.
I'm being told it's Polanco, so I don't know if he has that as after
Like
a certain inning or whatever, or if they're just playing that. But yeah, Gregory Polanco's up next, so
it'd be funny if that's been his song all season and we just haven't noticed somehow.
Yeah, that's... I think they were just playing.
Oh, we have had a pitching change.
Oh, Yuki Utagawa.
Oh, well, he pitched yesterday, so I didn't think he'd be taking the mound today.
All right, so I think that's what the long inning change was over. I think they were giving him well, the bullpen's underground, so.
Really? Wow, that's strange.
A lot of the indoor multi-purpose stadiums, the bullpens are not on the field.
Okay. And, Gala. This is first pitch is outside for ball number 1.
Utagawa was a member of the 2023 World Baseball Classic Championship team. 24 years old from Saitama.
24 years old. He was a member of the 2000. Oh, wait.
2023.
Okay. That makes That makes
2003.
It's like he was a child on the team. Takes a lot for me not to sing along to all the fan chants as we have the... Oh my goodness, Polanco looks like he got a lot of that, but it ends up landing easily in center field for out number 1.
Just under it.
Utagawa, a graduate of Sendai University. When he was on the team, he had a season where he had an 0.64 ERA. first ball comes in for ball number 1.
In last year's Japan series, he got 10 Ks over 5 innings of work.
Wow, that's really impressive. With the 1-0 pitch coming up here to Koki Yamaguchi, who takes a huge hack at that for strike number 1.
That tends to be what Koki Yamaguchi does.
If Yamaguchi made contact with that, I think that was gone. That was an enormous swing. One pitch coming up here. No men on with 1 out. Whoa! High and inside. Ball number 2.
I feel like we've had a lot more high and inside pitches than we normally do on these broadcasts.
Well, I mean, last time Yamaguchi was at bat, he got absolutely drilled, so...
Inside must be what their scouting report says on him. I'll have to check mine, but they seem to really like that inside part towards him.
Setting up for the 2-1 pitch. As Yamaguchi fouls that off to the right side. 2-2. Two pitch coming up here for Koki Yamaguchi. As it's down in the dirt for definite ball 3. Full count. So it's very much a dropping forkball there.
Confirming what I thought. Yeah, that upper part of the plate in the strike zone, that is where you want to go, because he's not doing too well up there. That's how he keeps getting brushed back, it seems.
Well, yeah, even just looking at his stance, he clearly doesn't want to go high and in. As a big swing and a miss for strikeout number 1 on Yutagawa's Knights.
He is, however, mashing pretty much everything that's not high and in, so got one place to go with him.
Oh, it sounds like a weird thing to say after a strikeout, but what a beautiful swing. Michael Jordan effect. Man, you look good even when striking out. And it's a changeup down and outside for strike number 1. As Hisanori Yasuda comes up to the plate. Oh, 1 pitch coming up here. As Yasuda takes a big hack and misses that for strike number 2.
Yasuda was really given time to play in 2020, where he played 86 games in a row, batting cleanup, to take pressure off Brandon Laird during that season.
As we see another ball down to the dirt. Yutagawa likes that fork ball, and he's got a lot of breaking action on it. Needs to work on that control, but that definitely looks hard to hit.
Yasuda has also represented Japan at the under-23 and under-18 Baseball World Cups.
1-2 pitch coming up here. And that's another breaking ball down and in for ball number 2. Hey, Lucas Moore is in the chat, coming in from Southern Portugal. One of my favorite MPB fans. Does some very good work on the Reddit, writing some very interesting articles. 2-2 pitch coming up here. High and outside for ball number 3. Full count coming up here. No men on and 2 men out. As it's a definite ball 4. And Yasuda earns himself a walk. And Yutagawa cannot wrap up the inning.
Going back to his 2022 Japan Series performance, he did have those 10 strikeouts in 5 innings, but he also had 5 walks in 5 innings. So Seems to be something that he's still working on.
Still got a bit of command issues, though good breaking stuff, as I did point out. So I believe that brings up hometown hero Shingo Ishikawa to the plate, as he fouls that one deep out to right, and it will be collected by Gibo for the final out of the inning. Half inning. Oh my goodness. I think I am literally 0 for 6 on that. Every inning I've made that mistake.
A lot of foul ground. Nobody ever likes those first pitch, even more so when you have a lot of foul territory.
Oh, Nat, correct me that was Shitani. My mistake. We try. We out here, you know? Bottom of the 6th inning coming up, as the Buffaloes look to extend their lead. As Grand Slam hitter Cedeno is getting ready, either on deck or about to come up. You know, what I love about the Japanese baseball is that players are allowed to celebrate. You know, you can hit a home run, have a good time around the bases, then do a little celebration at the dugout, and someone doesn't throw at your head because they're mad you hit a home run off them.
I just find it funny when there's people want to see emotion in the game, and then when pitchers show emotion, it's like, no, not that.
Well, emotion or violence? Like, do you mean like when pitchers are like pumping
I don't mean throwing
fists?
at their head, but like,
Okay.
like when they get angry about something, they're like, oh no, you can't do that.
Oh, no, do that. No, show all the emotion you want. Just don't throw at people because you're mad at them. That's silly.
The old Madison Bumgarner.
I'm surprised you know who that is, because he played before 2020.
Oh, dear Lord.
Cedeno gets ready here at the 0-2 pitch. Ooh, Mercedes with a weird little delay there as Cedeno rockets that down to second base. Nakamura easily collects it, flips it over to first for the first out of the inning. I'm guessing, based on that music, I think Marwin Gonzalez is coming up. Or, let's see what we got here. I was just guess who's coming up based on the music. Oh, nope, that is Tongu. As Mercedes gets a breaking ball outside for ball number 1. With Mercedes gets that slider right down the middle inside for strike number 1. Damn, those drums picking up speed was ominous for a moment. As Mercedes whips that around for strike number 2. Ooh, that was just outside. As he gets ready for another pitch, as Tongu skies that deep out to right field into foul territory. As it lands just fair. Oh my goodness. As the fielder struggles to pick it up, throws it down to the cutoff man. Nakamura flips it down to third, and the tag gets put on Tongu, and he gets out. What a mistake by Tongu trying to go down for third. I totally get the logic based on the fielding error, but that was very fortunate. What a throw by Nakamura from deep out in second.
I think from his vantage point, the fielding error looked a lot worse than it was. Making him think that he could get the third on that.
Yeah, probably. As Ishikawa did struggle with that, but made a good recovery, and then Nakamura, as we're going to see here. So Ishikawa misses the ball. Yeah, oof. Now that took a while, but then Nakamura gets it and just laser beams it in from right field.
Two-time Gold Glove Award winner. One-time Best 9.
Put Nakamura out and right. My goodness. As Mercedes, very thankful to be picking up a second out of the inning there. Starts off with ball 1 to Marwin Gonzalez. Gonzalez with solid contact down to right field, but Ishikawa doesn't make a mistake there and collects that for the end of the inning. I got it right that time. Yes!
Mercedes just seems to be the victim of bad luck in a lot of his starts, and it looked like right there he was about to get more of it.
7th inning time. So that brings us to the best, what do they call it? The best 7 song?
The Marines' Lucky 7 song.
Lucky 7, that's what it is.
There's a throwback Lotte sign in your right. Early 2010s era Lotte signs. There's the throwback.
Oh, Lotte Orions.
Got a mascot fan.
Shout out to Pierre G. Hedgehog in the chat if he's still here.
I think that was a custom towel. I think that was his own picture of Zuchan on that towel.
Mascot representation.
Ogino towel, too. Ogino, unfortunately, injured, but...
Oh, I miss Ogino. What a fantastic player. Inoue also injured, I believe, right? Or is he down in the minors?
I think he's down in the minors.
I
He
miss
might
him.
be injured. I think I saw him over the weekend, actually. I was watching. Could have been the weekend before that. My sense of
We have
time was screwed, but-
another pitching change. It is number 45, Shota Abe. The Buffaloes using a lot of their bullpen from yesterday. It's an interesting choice. I can't quite read stats, but judging from what I understand, that looked like a pretty good stat line.
Some defensive alignments happening out there.
Shota Abe, also an Osaka native, so it must be very nice to be playing for his hometown team. Interesting note about Abe, because of an injury he suffered while in university, he was a 28-year-old rookie when he finally joined the Buffaloes.
Really, 28, huh?
Yep.
Interesting.
Only his 3rd season, but already 30. As he picks up ball number 1 and whips that in for ball number 2, just high and outside.
Just as long as you get there in the end, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah. I mean, making it at any point, right?
Plus, being a relief pitcher, he'll probably get to have a bit longer of a career than a batter that starts at the age of 28.
As that ball gets in there for strike number 1.
Now, Abe is technically a 4-pitch pitcher, but he relies more on his fastball and his cutter than he does his curve and his split finger.
As he gets that in for strike number 2. I believe, did the Marines switch catchers? So I believe that's Shoto. Oh, big time strikeout by Abe. 1 away.
Yeah, that was Sato. I don't know if they switched or...
Came in as a pinch hitter for some reason.
Yeah, they switched. I didn't even get a notification about that.
Nope, yeah, I just noticed it was him instead of Tamura. Abe making quick work there of his first batter.
Close game, late innings. Probably want to put the main catcher in there.
As he gets that fastball in there for strike number 1, as Fujiwara gets ready. Oh, one pitch coming up here by Abe. Fastball just a little high, I guess, for ball number 1. One pitch coming up here. As Fujiwara fouls that off to the left side. 1-2. One-two pitch coming up here as he throws a cutter definitely low and away for ball number 2.
Finally having a mind. Yeah, that second pitch, that was a ball, but that could have gone either way, depending on how the catcher frames it and grabs it. Borderline, as I would say. Or anybody would say.
2-2 pitch coming up here by Abe. As Fujiwara rockets that down to the left side, another foul ball.
Throwing nothing but fastballs, not using his splitter or his cutter, which he has success with.
See Fujiwara choking up quite a bit on that, taking very short hacks. As the pitch comes up and takes a golf swing down at the knees, knocking it over to second base, as Gibo doesn't make the play, and Fujiwara makes it with an infield single. Full credit to Fujiwara for taking the cricket swing there and just getting that ball to dribble down to second base. Yeah, Gibo probably could have handled that a bit better, but really it was a slow roller. Yeah, not even really any mistake there. Just a good hustle play by Fujiwara. I hope that doesn't go down as an error. That shouldn't be an error.
I think it'll just be an infield hit. Fujiwara is also running on like track material and not grass.
I thought you meant how fast he is.
He's also just fast too.
As Abe whips that ball in there for strike number 1. Is Yudai Fujioka coming up for his 4th at-bat. Second-round pick from back in 2017. Has spent his whole career here with the Marines. Though, unless you count his time spent, as mentioned earlier, in the Industrial League with the Toyota team. As he knocks that through the second base line and to right field. As Fujiwara doesn't make a run for third. Fujioka picking up his first hit of the evening with a nice bit of batting, as Abe is now in a bit of trouble. Does seem to be the directive for the batters is to choke up and try to take short swings. You know me, if I was there, that wouldn't happen. I'm built different.
Well, when you're not having luck with the power game, I guess it's best just to just hit it and see what happens.
Shogo Nakamura coming up here. Made a great defensive play last half inning. Looking to maybe collect an RBI here, or at least advance the runner. The man with the red bat. As it's a fastball outside for ball number 1. Nakamura was a first-round pick by the Marines back in 2014, and has obviously spent his entire career here. being the team, the team captain role had been abolished for a while, but was brought back 2 seasons ago for Nakamura.
He's currently in the first year of a, I believe, 4-year extension.
As he hits that down the left field side for a foul ball. Nakamura's also got a bit of a reputation for hitting all over the lineup. Sometimes he lines up in second, third, fourth. Sometimes even he's the 8th batter. And he's one of the few players who's hit a home run in every number on the lineup sheet. The 1-1 pitch coming up here by Abe. There's an obscure stat, by the way. My goodness. As he hits that out to right field, but it just goes foul.
Not only was he drafted first round of the 2014 draft, but Kohei Arihara, who's currently with SoftBank and spent some time in the majors, was also in that draft, and he was contested by 3 different teams. Nippon Ham ultimately winning the lottery for Arihara.
Runners on first and second here with 1 away, as Nakamura gets ready for the 1-2 delivery from Shota Abe. And it's a breaking ball down and outside for ball number 2, as they don't call this come around on Nakamura. I don't think he went around on that. With the splitter. Oh! I don't know, maybe actually. He came... Let's see this. Ooh. Man, that's borderline. That's a really tight call. Two-two pitch coming up. And it's another ball down and out, and the runners do not advance, even though it was a wild pitch in the dirt, bringing us to a full count here.
Looking at Lotte's draft history over the years, it seems that they are very lucky with the lottery system for the NPB draft.
For those of you who don't know, the way the lottery system works in MPB is that every team gets to pick their first-round pick at the same time, and if you pick the same guy as somebody else, you basically draw straws to pick who actually gets them, and then the teams that don't get them get another pick for somebody else. It's a really weird little system that I would love to see implemented in North America, but it's a lot harder with the bigger leagues. Full count coming up here to Nakamura. As Shota Abe puts another ball in the dirt, appeal down to the first base umpire to see if he went around, even though he barely moved. And Nakamura earns himself a walk. Bases loaded here in the 7th inning with 1 away. As the pitching coach is going to make a little trot out to speak to Abe.
To touch again on the draft, though, however, yeah, you do go to the lottery system. However, say you do not win that lottery, then you make your next pick. Or the teams that remain who also pick there make their picks again. Now, if those players are contested, they have to go to another lottery, and the remaining teams make their pick again, and then you can even go to another lottery on that. So there's some teams that have had go to multiple lotteries and have lost all of them.
We call that team the Dragons.
And then where was it actually for Nakamura? I'm trying to figure out. Also, yeah, Nakamura played for Waseda University, and I encourage everyone to look up the history of Waseda University. Tokyo Big Six baseball.
Shingo Ishikawa coming up here. Top of the 7th inning. Bases loaded with only 1 away. Could either get Abe out of a jam here or bust the game wide open for the Marines. The first pitch, big swing and a miss for strike number 1, even though the ball was quite outside. Abe looking almost disbelief that he got a strike off that.
Note about Ishikawa that on the scoreboards for at Lotte's home stadium, it'll say Shin Ishikawa because Ayamu Ishikawa is Ishikawa in Lotte. Even though he's not pitched this year, I believe. I think he might be dealing with something.
The 0-1 pitch. And it's skied deep out to right field. Just foul. Let's see, we're picking up a couple viewers here. The number is going up steadily. If you haven't said it before, sound off and where you're from and what time it is, as you enjoy baseball for breakfast with us. Glad to have you here. As Abe reaches his 21st pitch of the inning, I believe. O2 pitch coming up. That's another wild pitch down in the dirt for ball number 1. Ooh, we got not two from Indonesia. Just finished having dinner. We will be having breakfast soon. Yeah, really, it shouldn't be baseball for breakfast. It's baseball before breakfast. We got Jeffrey in Texas and Cy, 7 a.m., so he's also on the East Coast with us somewhere. Glad to have you guys. Thank you for making us part of your morning. As the 1-2 pitch coming up here to Ishikawa. And he gets that just over to Sugimoto, who catches it and makes the throw down to the relay man. Runners do not advance, no runs score as the second out of the inning comes around.
I was going to say you'll take a fly ball there to tie up the game, with less than 2 outs, but not that shallow.
Bit too shallow and also to left. Maybe to right, but not to left like that. Here we go. Wade in Florida waking up to some baseball. Happy to have you. It is a great way to wake up. That is actually my favorite thing about watching on PB is that I wake up in the morning and I get a nice baseball game in before I go to work. Though sometimes I am late because it's very dramatic. Yuki Yanagita is batting with bases loaded in the 9th. As Polanco gets ready for his 4th at-bat. Definitely looking to get a grand slam himself here. And that's fastball definitely inside for ball 1.
Polanco has had struggles at the plate, especially with power, but not the batter you want to be seeing with the bases loaded.
And again, we're not in Zozo Marine Stadium. He can get a home run here. 1-0 pitch coming up as Polanco takes that ground ball offering over to the right side. Oh, looks like it might have gone off his leg. Definitely one of the more painful things in baseball. Let's see here. Oh, off his toe. Ouchie.
Not wearing any padding, but the way it's been going, it seems that no matter what, it's going to get past the padding, so he might as well.
That's true. One pitch coming up here. Again, bases loaded with 2 outs in the 7th. Wakatsuki setting up low and away as Polanco takes a big hack and a miss for strike number 2. Abe 1 strike away from getting himself out of one heck of a jam. To see that forkball just falling off the plate for Polanco there. Now, if you're the catcher, what are you advising the pitcher to do here? How are you working this?
You have 2 more balls to work with before it's a problem. Just keep going in and around.
Low.
Don't give him anything else.
I'm saying, yeah, I say keep it low and away. Oh, okay. Catcher is calling for it a little high. Let's see what happens here. As Abe takes the delivery. Boom, boom, strikeout. Abe gets out of a huge jam in the 7th inning as Polanco strikes out, bringing us to the end of the halfway point of the 2nd inning. I did it. As the Buffaloes are still ahead of the Marines 4-3.
That was right down the middle.
Yep, I guess Wachowski saw something in the scouting report where he's like, look, when the pressure's on, Polanco doesn't want it right down the middle.
I guess he was figuring that they've gone pretty much around the whole time, and I don't know. Now time for Oryx Sky.
Wait a minute, Oryx Sky. They're one of the only not bird teams, and their song is Sky. It should be Grass Field or something. Where do buffaloes go? Cliffside.
Well, they go outside, don't they? Beneath the sky.
Well, everything's beneath the sky.
I didn't write the song. I'm seeing there's a lot of throwback, well, I mean, I don't know if you'd call them throwback jerseys, but a lot of the post-merger Oryx jerseys from that late 2000s period.
Cy Hart with a question. For those who've been to all three, 7-Eleven, Lawson's, or Family Mart? I believe that's an American thing that I do not know. No input from you?
That is not an American thing. That is a Japanese convenience store thing.
Oh!
7-Eleven has better ATMs. I like Lawson Chicken better. Overall, I prefer Family Mart.
Sorry, what do you mean better ATMs?
The 7-Eleven ATM talks to you.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. All right, fair play.
It's also like 10 languages it can speak to you in, so.
Oh, that's very cool.
It's also just modern.
Sugimoto coming up to bat, go and gets that just between the shortstop and the third baseman, and gets a quick hit to start the inning as he lands on first. The
Known
signature
slap
fist
hitter,
raise
Yutaro
celebration.
Sugimoto.
As we have Azuma pitching, we didn't even get a chance to see him start before giving up a hit. Not a great start. Almost feels like the announcer only got a hold of him, and there we have Sato. Interesting note about Sato, he studied law in university. It was a very good hitter for his university time, batting .483 in his sophomore season. Yusuke Azuma is in his 5th season with the top club. And we pick up another hit, and I didn't even have time to see who was batting, as Sugimoto quickly rounds down to third. Known speedster Yutaro Sugimoto.
Looks like the bases are about to be loaded and back-to-back halves of the inning.
As Noguchi picks up his first hit of the inning. Wow, that's a huge flag for him.
I think that was an old throwback flag.
Ooh, just outside of the outstretched glove of Yamaguchi. Oh, it's not Yamaguchi at first. It's blanking on his name. But yeah, you know. As we have Wachowski coming up to bat here. Looking to drive a runner in. I would, even if I were him, maybe think about getting down the bunt to force the fielding team to make a decision. Then again, I would also bunt in almost any situation.
Just not at that pitch, though.
No, definitely not that pitch.
It had some crazy movement on it, just didn't move into the zone. Kind of like spiraled, didn't it? Or am I just crazy?
Oh, no, yeah, that pitch had some whip on it, just nowhere near the strike zone.
Apparently that was his fastball. Interesting.
1-0 pitch coming up here to Wachowski. As he gets that right up the middle down to first, but Ishikawa gets it and flips it over to the first base. And, picks up the double play without Sugimoto going to home. Well, that was a quick turnaround in fortune for the Marines, as now we have 2 out with a runner on third. One heck of a turnaround to go from no outs with runners on first and second to 2 away with now just a runner on third. Ishikawa making that happen all himself. Not Fujioka. Sorry, I was getting mixed up with another player. So, bottom of the 7th here, runner on third with 2 men away. As I believe, is it Kurobayashi coming up next? Or it seems like there might be some sort of substitution with how long this is taking to switch.
We haven't caught up yet, but it's Keita Nakagawa that's coming up.
Oh, yes, there he is. As that wild fastball goes outside for ball 1. It's pretty much the exact same pitch that happened last inning. Or last batter, I should say.
I think the technology got screwed up, because that looks similar to that first pitch, and now it's being registered as a slider, which, I mean, that looks more like a slider than it does a fastball.
To me, it just looks like a 2-seam fastball with a lot of movement. But Nakagawa looking for his 4th hit of the evening here. He's on 3 for 3 so far. And whatever that is, it is way outside for ball 2. Here we see Gibo practicing a swing in case he doesn't bunt. It's really unfair. I'm going to know it was the bunt guy just because I saw him bunt 2 at-bats. As the 2-0 pitch comes up. And he's got a really wicked whipping action. And the ball seems to go faster than the speed indicates, if that makes any sense. Maybe it's got really high RPM.
Yeah, it's got to be something like that. It's not going all that fast.
But it looks quick, you know?
Yeah, it looks like it's like snapping in and out of the strike zone.
Two 2-1 pitch just on the inside makes Nakagawa back up a bit, and that's ball 3.
It's topping out at like 89 miles an hour, but it looks way faster than that.
It definitely got some violent movement on it. Three-one pitch coming up here to Nakagawa. Sato setting up on the outside, and it does the thing he keeps doing with that outside ball. Oh, they call that a strike for Nakagawa. Let's see if he really came around on that. I mean, there's no way that was a strike on its own. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, no, yeah. He definitely came around. Sorry, I didn't see that. I thought he choked up more than that. Full count pitch coming up here. They're going to make an appeal, though, yeah, I don't think he went around, and he did not, so Nakagawa earns himself a walk. So that's 4 for 4 in terms of plate appearances and getting on base for Nakagawa today. Definitely basically what you want out of your leadoff guy. Can't ask for much more. So maybe some steals. Let's see if he can get a steal here. As Gibo comes up for his 4th plate appearance. I believe he picked up a single last time around with a well-hit ball to the left side. Right side, I should say. I like the song Gibo's got. Bumping.
I don't think Azuma's a big fan of that. I think he just wants all this to...
Yeah, what are we waiting for? Oh, is Gibo taking a minute?
According to my feed, they were busy doing some defensive alignments, and I guess he figured it was taking a lot longer than it should have.
First pitch, Gibo takes a huge hack on the ball in the dirt for strike number 1. As I mentioned earlier, Gibo was considered much more of a defensive stalwart before he came to the big-time club, but he's been batting pretty good to start his career so far, going 19 for 53, I believe I saw. Oh, 1 pitch coming up here. As he chops that foul, bringing the count to 0-2. Sugimoto stands ominously on third base, thinking to himself, I got here so quickly, how have I not moved over?
I think that might be 365 with runners on.
It's pretty huge.
That is very good.
Small sample size, but 0-2 pitch coming up from Azuma as he whips that inside for ball number 1.
Well, with the way they've been in and out of first place, I wouldn't be surprised if that's everybody on the Oryx's lineup with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, that's fair. Definitely one of the teams to beat, not only in the Pacific League, but all of Japan right now. Well, I mean, defending champions, you'd expect, right?
Yeah, you always hope that from the defending champs. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes it doesn't.
1-2 pitch coming up here as Gibo chops it down to third base, and that is fouled off. Looked exciting for a moment there. In your memory of relatively recent seasons, what did you say was the worst title defense a team has had?
I don't really think there is one because, I mean, the majority of recent seasons have been won by SoftBank.
Right, that's fair.
Yeah,
right.
So...
It's like, yeah, there's the time they won and didn't win the next year, but still made the playoffs. Like, okay,
they
well,
win the next 3 more, and it's just like, well...
Azuma getting into his lean for the 1-2 pitch to Gibo. Runners on the corners is 2 away here. As he gets a big swing and a miss for a strikeout to bring you into the 7th inning. Azuma gets out of a bit of a jam there as he keeps the score not quite level, but he stops the threat of the Buffaloes increasing their lead as the game sits at 4-3 in favor of the Buffaloes. Top of the 8th inning coming around as the middle of the lineup for the Marines is due up.
Maybe in recent memory, I would say Nippon Ham, they won in 2016, and then the very next year they finished in 5th place.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean...
Did they lose someone very important that year?
2018 they did.
Oh, okay. But it's only time got so distorted by the incident a few years ago that I have no frame of reference for what happened before then.
I actually had a meeting related to all of this, and I had my computer had actually fried that day. I spilled coffee in it.
Oh,
And
ooh.
earlier, like, I could have sworn that happened this past summer. Like, I swore up and down that happened, like, last summer. And then I'm like, wait, I found my receipt, and it was from 2021, and I'm like, I don't know what time it is anymore.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's weird, and it's weird how much I've heard so
It's
many people say
everybody.
that's a consistent thing. Yet everyone doesn't know what year it is anymore.
Oh, the Matrix is glitching out.
Yeah. Oh, it's like it blows my mind when I realize I graduated college. Like, oh, is it 10 years now? Yeah, it'll be like 10 years, I think, next year, which is just insane.
Big thanks, 1 million fans for the season, it looks like. Oh, there's some fans in the exciting seats with the helmet on. Free batting helmet.
Nope, got a little lull in the stream. No, and we're back. Slowly, there we go. Take this little lull in the action to remind fans that if you want to join us for our next game, we have another midnight matinee on July 27th between the Eagles and the Fighters, starting at midnight Eastern. And then on August the 8th, we have another baseball for breakfast between the Hawks and the Eagles. As we have a new relief pitcher entering the game here. We got a quick strike one. Let's see if I can figure out who that is. I believe that is Soichiro Yamasaki. Yamaguchi comes around, looking to get on base without getting hit, maybe. First time tonight. As he's behind 0-1. And the pitch. Chop foul. 0-2. Now, Yamasaki seems like a tall drink of water. How tall is that guy?
Google-sama will have that for us in a second. 183 centimeters. I don't know what that is
Ooh.
in my units.
Yeah, he's nearly 2 meters.
6 feet.
Only? Yeah, he looks so much taller.
I
As
think
there's a
they
breaking ball
rounded down
outside.
since I got registered. How old is he?
25.
Maybe that was his registered height when he got drafted. That doesn't seem accurate anymore.
Yeah, no, he seems taller than that. As Yamaguchi fouls that way far and deep. One-two pitch coming up here. As Yamaguchi takes a low swing but fouls it off to the left side, keeps the at-bat alive.
Yeah, according to this, Sugimoto is taller than him, and I don't think I believe that. Sugimoto
I don't know,
is registered
because
at 6'2".
he is standing on the mound. I don't believe that Sugimoto's 6'2". He looks way bigger than that. I guess it almost must be like a perspective thing, or like a big swing and a miss for strikeout number 1 by Mr. Yamazaki. 1 away here in the top of the 8th inning.
Well, in terms of mass, Sugimoto is huge, but I think Yamazaki's got more height on him. The only thing I can assume is, these are like draft registered heights.
Maybe he just kept growing.
Could be.
Sixth-round pick back in 2017. So he's been around a while with the Buffaloes. And the pitch down to the dirt for ball number 1. And the 1-0 pitch as that's fouled deep out to left field for strike number 1.
Another member of the 2023 World Baseball Championship team.
That's a fastball right inside for strike number 2. Well, he's got some good action on that fastball. Got a bit of snap to it. 1-2 pitch coming up here. Yamasaki already picked up 1 strikeout so far this inning. As the catcher sets up far and away, and Yasuda fouls that down the left side.
All right, so now I have 3 different sources. One says he's 6'2", one says he's 6'3", one says he's 6'4". So
I believe the 6'4" one.
I believe the
frankly.
6'4" one. That's the one I'm going with.
Yeah. Low and outside for ball number 2. Yasuda looking to pick up his first hit of the night. The 2-2 pitch that's way inside for ball number 3. Full count here. 1 away as we are in the top of the 8th inning. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone who's been joining us so far this morning, this evening. Again, depends where you are. We appreciate the fan support. And, the more you comment and the more you watch these games, the more we will try to do throughout the season. There's the full count pitch coming up here to Yasuda. And Yasuda skies that deep out to right field, but it looks like that'll be an easy collection for Nakagawa. And it's the second out of the inning. As Chatani comes up here for his 4th at bat. As the first ball comes in for a strike right down the middle. Tried to choke up on that, but didn't really matter. Oh, 1 pitch coming up here. As he fouls that right behind him for strike number 2. Yamazaki looking to make a quick inning of work here. Pretty much all you can ask out of an 8th inning guy. Just get all 3 guys out. O2 delivery on the way. As Wakotsky sets up low and away. And big swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2. As Yamasaki gets out of that inning without any runners. And that brings us to the bottom of the 8th. With the Buffaloes still ahead of the Marines 4-3. Crazy to think that all of the Buffaloes' runs this game have come off 1 big hit in the 3rd inning. And for those of you who haven't been watching the whole game, Cedeno hit a huge grand slam in the 3rd. And that's, all the offense the Buffaloes have had most of the game. But that's all they needed, clearly. Seems like they're discussing the intricacies of the forkball. Intricacies, I should say. As you see his stats there, 16 pitches, 2 strikeouts. Pretty good. Getting ready to kick off the bottom of the 8th inning here, as Kotaro Kuribayashi comes to the plate. And pitching for the Marines, let's see who we have here. Oh, I recognize who that is. I'm just struggling with his name. He's the short guy. That is Takahiro Nishimura, getting ready to start his 8th inning of work here, as he gets that ball low and outside for ball number 1. Kotaro Kuribayashi looking to pick up his first hit of the evening. Struggled with runners in scoring position so far, though he did earn a run off a base on balls when that grand slam happened earlier, as there's a breaking ball in for strike number 1. Fastball just outside for ball number 2, as Kuribayashi is now ahead in the count, 2-1. Nishimura with the 1-2 delivery, as Kuribayashi skies that out to right field. Should be an easy collection. And 1 away, as Ishikawa catches that. Leandro Cedeno coming up. Again, as we mentioned earlier, he is the entire offensive output so far, scoring all 4 runs on a huge grand slam. Let's see what he can do here. Nishimura gets a big swing and a miss off him there. Strike number 1.
Not for lack of trying, though. How many times have each team loaded the bases here?
That's true, yeah. We have had a pretty exciting games in terms of runners being on scoring position, only for the pitchers to get out. I just saw there, Cedeno's got 16 RBI this season, so a quarter of his RBIs have come in that one swing, as he takes an enormous hack at a ball that was in the dirt, 0-2. Nishimura coming in with the 0-2 delivery here.
Another fastball split pitcher from Lotte. They seem to have a lot of them in their bullpen.
Cedeno wasn't going to swing at that one, at least I hope not. He's not Vladdy Guerrero, Sr.
Sorry, I don't know who that is. I'm like 2 years old.
Well, he would have made a great cricket player because he loved hitting pitches in the dirt, but would actually hit them. 1-2 delivery coming up here. Cedeno gets that deep to left, and it lands for a base hit. It's weird. I don't know what it is. It seems like balls are getting hit harder, but then falling shorter than I keep expecting them to. But Cedeno picks up an easy hit there for his second hit of the evening, and it looks like they are going to sub him out for a different runner, which makes sense given we are in the bottom of the 8th, and he's probably not going to get another at-bat this evening. That was a very nice hit by Cedeno. Let's see who we have pinch running. Are we not going to see? Entirely possible. It's 41. Kodai Sano, it seems. I always just assume anyone who gets put onto a pinch run's a speedster, as Ungu comes up to bat. First ball in for strike number 1. I believe, I'm not entirely sure, but I think that stat line just showed that Yumatongu's on-base percentage is .405 this season, which is really good. I'm pretty sure leads the Pacific League at the moment, or he definitely was leading recently, as we have 1 on and 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th.
I was going to say, yeah, that is pretty good.
This takes a huge swing and a miss for strike 2. Nishimura seems to have a similar kind of snapping motion to those fastballs he throws, but seems to have a bit more control than the last pitcher. O2 delivery coming up here to Tongu. Looking to pick up his second hit of the evening as Nishimura whips it down to the checkoff man. Oh, checkoff. Pickoff. That's what it's called. I've been up for like 4 hours now, you know?
Apparently Cedeno is being called God around org social media right now for that grand slam.
Okay, that's, well, all right. Seems a bit overstated. I'm going to be honest. I get that getting a grand slam is good, but God?
I don't know. He created all the runs. Then he took a rest.
Yeah, but I mean, this is just a regular season game. I know it's against, the number 2 team, and this is an important game, but yeah, you do it in the playoffs if you want to be called God.
We have fun here.
Do it in the playoffs.
Don't threaten them. They probably will.
Yeah, but can he do it against Alabama? That's the real question.
Probably.
Do it against Nick Saban.
Going to assume that's a college football thing, which I've never watched in my life.
Oh, right, yeah, you're from Philly. You have Temple, which is not a great team.
No, I just don't watch football. There's better sports on.
That's true. Like the one we're watching right now. Yumatongu preparing for the 1-2 delivery as Nishimura throws to the pickoff man again. Seems determined, I think, even less to stifle the runner. It seems he just really wants to get that out.
He doesn't even have a big lead at this point. I don't know.
Cy Hart does point out that grand slams are godlike. That is true. I'm very happy I've gotten to call one now in my very short broadcasting career. The irony of stuttering on broadcasting. As the pitch is down for ball 2.
It's got crazy movement. It's just moving way too early.
Reminds me of my bowling.
A gutter ball is not movement.
Sure it is. It is if you get it all the way on the right and then it goes to the left. That's movement. 2-2 pitch coming up as Tongu, with a very hard swing, almost seemed angry on that as he stared at the pitcher. Foul balled off, stays alive in the at-bat. Watch this here. Watch the way he just kind of stays looking at the pitcher. It almost feels like as he hits the head.
Probably all the pickoffs.
I love Tongu's swing. He's got a great technique. Really good, exemplifies why he's got leading the league in batting average right now. 2-2 pitch coming up here as it's a big swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. Collects the ball for the defense and walks himself. Wait, what happened there? Was that a foul? Nope. Okay, must have been a foul ball. I didn't see any contact get made there. That was strange.
A replay would be nice on that, but...
Ishimura with the big swing and a miss, and the double play through the strikeout and the runner at second. Great throw by Sato to bring an end to the inning. Yes, as we enter the top of the ninth, with the Buffaloes leading the Marines by 1 run, 4-3. It's gut check time.
Last chance for the Marines, but with the way the bases are getting loaded, I mean, who knows?
It has been a pretty exciting game, as I said before, in terms of runners getting on. You just haven't been able to bring a lot of them home, except outside of some big hits or in the middle of the game. Whoa. Whoa. What is that?
Hirano's coming in. That's his hype up package.
Wow, that man, that's scary. for a brief moment, I thought something really bad was going to happen. So yeah, Hirano Yoshida coming in to shut the door on the Marines. Man, wow, this
Yoshihisa Hirano, former Mariner, Diamondback, former All-Star, I think, in the majors. Not certain on that, but hit a big milestone this year. I think it was 200 saves, 200 holds. My numbers might be off, but it was a big milestone for him. I think he was the first pitcher to acquire what it was. We mentioned it on the podcast, which if we haven't said already, go listen to it.
Yeah, we will do a full plug of everything when we get to the end of the game here. So, Yoshihisa Hirano.
It kind of seemed like the old Smash Brothers promos. Like, Hirano has arrived.
Oh,
I remember that from years ago.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It took me a moment to even realize what you're talking about, but yeah. God, I feel old now. My goodness. I love Smash Bros. So much growing up, man. When Brawl came out, which I don't know if you know, it was a game earlier in the series.
That's the last one I played, so...
Oh, the one that came after was better. I hated Brawl. I mean, obviously Melee was the GOAT, but I don't think that's even a remotely controversial statement.
I play real fighting games, so...
Ooh, spicy. Pinch hitter coming in here. Ergo, not entirely sure who it is, to be frank.
I say that as if I don't get demolished.
Actually, I believe that is Katsuya Kukana. As he rockets that out to right field, just foul. Yeah, it is Katsuya Kukanaka, 36 years old. Was taken in the 7th round of the 2006 draft. And was a member of the 2013 Samurai Japan team. 2-time Best 9, 3-time All-Star, and was a part of that 2010 Japanese series team. 2-time batting champion also. And he loves ice cream. There's my little blurb on him.
My favorite thing is that he attended an airline high school.
As he fouls that off, quickly falling behind 0-2. Hirano makes a bit of a face there. Ooh, really choking up on that. Love to see it. Love to see someone basically just hold the bat halfway as he chops that down to second base. As, oh no, Tomatongu collects that and tags him out along the first base line. 1 away here in the top of the 9th inning. The Buffaloes are 2 outs away from winning this game.
You know, this late in the game, that's when you just walk out of the steps and do the little review motion to make a request, just in case.
Just in case. As Fujiwara comes up for his probably final at-bat of the evening, unless something very dramatic happened and both teams score some runs. Looking to pick up, I believe, his second hit. That would be his third hit, actually, as we come to ball 2. Forgot he did pick up another hit earlier on. Two-0 pitch is fouled deep to left field. That won't be collected as it falls out into the stands. 2-1.
Fujiwara is a product of the Japanese high school baseball powerhouse school, Osaka Toen, which, if you look at any NPB or more particularly PL lineup, you're probably going to see multiple Osaka Toen students in there.
Little shot of Yoshinobu Yamamoto as the 2-1 pitch goes, and Fujiwara chops that foul, bringing the count to 2-2. Hirano 4 strikes away from picking up yet another save this season. As Fujiwara cracks that out to left field, and he picks up a third hit so far tonight, bringing him around to first base. Not going to make the play at second, obviously, but very good job. Now, are they going to keep him on? I would imagine, because he is a pretty quick guy. Definitely not a liability on the base paths. Hirano looking for his 14th save so far this season, as he picks up his first strike of the at-bat against Yudai Fujioka. Marines fans always known for being loud and being very supportive of their team, even on the road. So we have a runner on first with one away here in the top of the 9th. As Hirano goes way inside for ball number 1. One pitch coming up here by Hirano, as Fujioka skies that out to left for another foul. 1-2 in the count.
An interesting note about Hirano is that the deeper he gets into a count, the worse it is for the batter. For example, nobody has gotten hit on him after coming back from 3-0 all season.
Interesting. And he chops that down to second base. It's being clicked by Gato, who tags him out and throws it over to first, ending the game. And there we go. That's the ball game as the Oryx Buffaloes pick up a much-needed win against the second place Chiba Lotte Marines, 4-3. Get a little shot there of Cedeno, who again, as we mentioned, scored all 4 of the runs. And I would love to thank all of you who stayed with us throughout this game. We love to have you here on Baseball for Breakfast as we come around to 7:50 a.m. on the East Coast. I've been Jimbo Bernicki. He's been Michael Bealey. Please tune in for our next game on July 27th between the Eagles and Hawks. And we will see you next time on the podcast. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and check out other videos on the channel. And we will leave you here with the hero interview. Take care.
しんどい試合になっちゃったなっていう気がしますね。
ゲーム終わった後、ホワイトボードを見ながら何か考えていらっしゃいましたが、あのあたりはどんなイメージをされていたんですか？
いや、何も考えてないですね。はい、
そうですか。
はい。
今日はセレーノ選手がまた4打点満塁ホームランがありました。あのホームランの弾道いかがでした？
そうですね、超えたとは思ったんですけど、入るとは思わなかったんですけどね。
ムードメーカー的な存在にもなってますか？いかがですか？
わかんないですね。わかんない。はい。
ダイソー送られた後、
はい、
なんで変えるんですかみたいなジェスチャーもありましたけどもね。
まあ普通に変えると思いますけどね。
はい、そして今日の先発の山崎福也投手、前回の反省点もあったと思いますが、今日のピッチングいかがでした？
まあよしとしましょう。
はい、そうですか。その後宇田川投手、そして阿部投手、山崎総一郎投手、平野投手がよくつないでくれましたね。
そうですね、一番しんどいと思うところの1点差なんでね、
はい、
非常にしんどかったと思うんですけれども、本当によく投げたなと思います。
そうですね。貯金が今シーズン最多の15になりました。このことに関してはいかがですか？
まあ、そうですか。
え
まあ、1個ずつ増やしていくだけだと思うんですけどね。
はい
はい。
このカードは11戦が終えて2点差以内が監督7試合ということになりますが、今シーズンのロッテの印象はいかがですか？
まあ、お互い、そうですね、1点取りに行って、それを守るというチームだと思ってますので、
はい
そういう展開になるのかなとは思いますけどね。
最後に明日は佐々木朗希投手が来ますが、明日に向けて一言ください。
はい、普通に頑張ります。
はい、ありがとうございました。お疲れ様でした。
はい。
放送席、そしてバファローズファンの皆さん、ヒーローインタビューです。今日のヒーローはもちろんこの人、見事なグランドスラムセベリノ選手です。ナイスバッティングでした。
ありがとう。
2試合連続のお立ち台ですが、今日の気分はいかがでしょうか。
I feel amazing. I feel amazing to help the team win every day, and happy to be the hero today.
もちろん最高です。今日もまたチームの助けになることができて、ここに立つことができて、続けていきたいと思います。
3回の場面ですけれども、2アウト満塁、4番として打席に向かいました。どんな気持ちで打席入ったんでしょうか。
I was trying to go for a ground pitch, and hopefully he threw me the pitch that I was looking for, and I can make a good swing and make a good contact and hit the homer.
ピッチャーが何とか失投してくれないかなと願いながら打席に立ったんですけども、ちょうどいいところに球が来てくれて、しっかりと打ち返すことができました。
打球は入った瞬間、ご自身大きな声を上げました。どんなお気持ちでした？
Why you shouted?
Like when I hit the homer, I don't know. Like it's about like energy, so much energy, and I just try to enjoy the game 100% and do my best.
とても興奮して叫んでしまいました。常に100% で挑んでいるので、その結果だと思います。
そしてベンチに戻ってきたら、パフォーマンスもまた見せてくれました。もう一度ここでやっていただくことは可能でしょうか。もう場内の皆さんからはレオコールです。レオという愛称もだいぶ皆さん浸透してきました。このあたりはいかがでしょうか。
No, I love it. My family usually call me like that, and the fans they give me all that love. I'm so happy for that.
家に帰っても、みんなレオと呼んでくれますし、家族もみんな自分のことをレオと呼んでくれますので、今こうやって皆さん、ファンの皆さんが呼んでくれることでもう本当に嬉しいです。ありがとうございます。
今日もレオコールがこだましていますが、今日もたくさんのお客さんが入りました京セラドーム。これで40試合目、球団最速で100万人突破ということになりました。お客さんの観戦には、レオさんいかがでしょうか。
Thank you for coming. Thank you for support the team. We are doing the best every single day, and thank you for help us to win. And thank you for coming.
また今日も球場に駆けつけてくださいましてありがとうございました。僕たちも毎日一生懸命、やってますので、また球場に、来ていただいて応援よろしくお願いします。
さあ、2位ロッテとの直接対決に今日は勝って3連勝。明日、明後日もロッテとの対戦が続きます。最後にグアンに力強い一言お願いいたします。
I mean, like Chiba is a good team, but it's a 27-out game. You gotta play hard 100%, and hopefully we stay in the first place whole year long.
千葉ロッテすごく強いチームで、また明日も27アウト、終わるまでしっかりと戦っていきたいと思ってます。よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。明日も大きな一発期待しています。セデーニョ選手でした。
さあ、それでは今日のヒーロー、セデーニョ選手と一緒にタオルを振って今日の勝利の喜びを全員で分かち合いましょう。さあ、いつものところへ全員でいきますよ。皆さん、タオルは準備できていますか？それでは行きましょう。明日の勝利へ We can do it! 今日のヒーローはレアンドのセデーニョ選手でした。それでは今日の勝利を送っていきましょう。
君の声を晴れた夢を君とかける虹の上がれば明日開くだろう愛しい続ける雨で涙も強い強い声を言わないあの空の彼からね
Good game.